Hello everyone, how are you? It's good to be back with you guys. Hi Licha, hi Manisha, Jyoti, Ajita, Avni, how are you guys? I'm good, Avni. Thank you so much. A very happy Holi to you as well, Ajita. I hope you played well. I hope you got your teeth, your face, your hair, everything was colored in green or gray or red, right? Hey Mayur, Bhumika, Vidhi, Jaspreet, how are you? Barna, how are you? Good. Thanks, Pranjal. I'm good. How about you? Hey Madhi Chetty, how are you? Good to see you guys. Today is our last session. So we'll be quickly in another like 50, 60 minutes, we'll complete chapter 6. It's about terminologies. Most of them we have done, right? Kafi terminologies we have covered as we went through chapter 1 to 5, right? I have also got certain questions, like 10, 12 questions for you guys, right? From chapter 4, some from 4, some from 5, chapter 6 to aaj hum kar hi rahe. So we'll also have a revision session of let's say 30, 35, 40 minutes, and then last 20 minutes, I've planned is we'll have a free flow conversation, right? Koi bhi doubt, any questions, any doubts, any clarifications, any concepts which you think you need to revise, you want to understand in depth, last 20 minutes, we'll focus on that, right? So I think it will be a full length last session wherein we talk a lot about clarifications, we talk about questions, we talk about examinations while completing chapter number 6 as well, right? Hey Chandan, how are you? Great, Melcheti. Hi, Misha. Muskan is there. Ankit is there. Happy Holi to everyone who is wishing. Same to you. Right. Great. I see a few of you have joined. We'll just wait for another 30 seconds. For I think a lot of people join in over the chat. Thoda sa, it's kind of a difficult thing to reach out, right? Hey Chandan, how are you? Happy Holi to you as well. But any questions? Till we see more people joining into the chat. Any questions? Any doubts? कुछ भी जो clear नहीं है. Anything that is still in your mind that you need clarification, or any concept or anything that you think is confusing you, ask that right now. Probably ask as many questions as you can today. It's the last session we have one on one, right? I will take a test, Manisha. Yes, I promised. And after we complete chapter 6 in another 1 hour, हम लोग एक छोटा सा क्विक रिवीजन करेंगे. We'll have couple of questions. Again, very quick. ज़्यादा टाइम नहीं लगाएंगे. एग्जाम की तरह I'll create a pressure, right? I'll create a pressure on you to like read the question quickly, answer it, and we'll move on to the next question. Let's say in every 30 seconds, right? ज़्यादा टाइम नहीं लेंगे क्योंकि एग्जाम में टाइम नहीं मिलेगा, right? I will take a test. Yes. Hey Vidhi, how are you? Happy Holi to you as well. Great. So can we start with chapter 6? Let us quickly go on to familiarize ourselves with few technical terminologies, right? Sure, Pranjal, I come to that. RBI, okay, good that you guys are asking questions. We have questions. Number 1 लेते हैं फटाफट से. FII, please tell again. Foreign institutional investors. Pranjal, simple समझो. बहुत सारे पैसे वाले लोग हैं. There are a lot of rich individuals, a lot of people with let's say 50 crores, 100 crores, right? All these together come and form an institution. Let's say BlackRock एक company है, Goldman Sachs एक company है. Huge banks, investment banks take money from them. उनको बोलते हैं लाओ आपके 10 करोड़ रुपए मुझे दे दो, अपने 20 करोड़ रुपए मुझे दे दो, right? These foreign companies, foreign institutions collect money from all the people and invest that money in India, right? For India, that is foreign direct investment. बाहर से पैसा आ रहा है. But these are foreign institutional investors. Single कोई person, ऐसा नहीं है जेफ बीजोस आके पैसा डाल रहा है, ऐसा नहीं है बिल गेट्स आके पैसा लगा रहे हैं इंडिया में. It's like big institutions which take money from let's say 500 rich people around the world and then invest in India. That is foreign institutional investor. RBI controls NABARD? Yes. Right? Scheduled bank or commercial bank? Please explain. So scheduled bank is very simple and commercial bank is also very simple. Scheduled banks are specifically identified banks by RBI जो कि बोलते हैं शेड्यूल्ड बैंक से जिनका काम ज्यादातर गरीब लोगों को, एग्रीकल्चरल सेक्टर को, प्रायोरिटी सेक्टर को, स्मॉल बिजनेसेस को हेल्प करने के लिए जो आइडेंटिफाई कर देता है आरबीआई. सो आरबीआई सेज that certain banks are scheduled. So RBI has a schedule. उसने एक शेड्यूल निकाला है, एक पॉलिसी पेपर निकाला है जिसमें लिखा है like these all banks are scheduled banks. So those banks in that list are called scheduled banks. Commercial banks are all other banks which are private and public. Let's say HDFC बैंक है, ICICI बैंक है, Canara बैंक है, आपका Axis बैंक है, Yes बैंक है, Dena बैंक है, Karnataka बैंक है, right? So all these are commercial banks. It's specifics like RBI ने जो आइडेंटिफाई कर दी कि ये शेड्यूल में मैंने डाल दिया, these all banks will specifically work for government people or agriculture sector, उनको बोलते हैं scheduled banks, right? Quasi means it looks like but it is not, right? Quasi, I was telling you Sameer, same session में बताया था, quasi का मतलब भी वही होता है, it looks like but it is not the judge, it works like a judge but it is not a judge, right? So उसको बोलते हैं quasi. Great. Okay. I think there are no more questions. So let us quickly start with chapter number 6 से शुरू करते हैं, right? Wherein we'll talk about some terminologies, which is basic business terminologies, जिसको हमने further divide किया है, right? I'm looking at the study material itself. आपको study material से I'm teaching you this particular thing because at the end of the day you will also have to study from the study material specific definitions, right? Very quickly, I'll not cover all the things because honestly, कुछ बहुत simple है. Some of the terms are very simple, very basic. You know it, right? And we have already discussed it. A lot of things we have already discussed. I will not touch upon that. I will touch on something new that is there in this chapter, and we'll discuss that with examples. Okay. So what is happening here is this chapter is divided in 4 parts: finance talk, marketing, banking, and other business terminologies, right? Business key terms, some words which are very technical, which are used in businesses, उनको हम पढ़ेंगे, which are further divided into 4 categories: finance, stock market related terminologies, technical terms, marketing related, banking industry related, and other businesses related terminologies that we are going to study here, right? So now think about this, okay? Now there are different facets, there are different areas that particular business touches upon, right? So there are different perspectives to a particular business, from a technical side, from a commercial side, from a financial side, right? So think about tech from a technical side. So a business's inputs are various commodities. From a technical side, it has different technologies, different terminologies, which is used, which is very specific to that business, right? अब बैंकिंग सेक्टर में जाओगे, स्टॉक मार्केट में जाओगे, यू विल वेरी स्पेसिफिक आपका वर्ड्स जो यूज करते हैं, बिकॉज इट्स काइंड ऑफ अ बिजनेस दैट वी डू देयर, right? Similarly, commercial facets में we have, let's say, marketing, or service industry में we have marketing related, like what is marketing, what is TAM, what is person to person marketing, what is ethical marketing, what is digital marketing, what is this, what is sales, what is revenue, what is marketing expenditure. All these things related to marketing, which are common across the industries, would come under the commercial facet, right? Then we have financial facet, like from a financial perspective, interest rate kya hota hai, budget kya hota hai, what is budgeting, what is analysis, what is profit and loss, what is profit, what is stock market, what is stop loss, what is share, what is equity, what is debenture, what is zero coupon bond, right? All these things are financial facets of a business, the investments it does, money kahan se paisa kahan se aa raha hai, interest rate kya hota hai, loan kya hota hai, right? So all these are financial assets. And then we have HR facets, right? From an HR facet, like think from the people who are employing people. Every business is built on people, right? So people are the base of a particular business. So for a business, even thinking about people is also an important area of focus, right? And finally, we have administrative facet, right? Administrative means your regulations, your policies, your approvals, your compliances with the government, within the organization, what the CFO says, what the CEO says. Are the things being implemented? Are the things being administered in the right way or not? That is also what a business has to look from a perspective, overall perspective, right? So that is something to talk about in these techniques, or these your technical terms, right? Coming to sign language, बहुत important है. In a lot of businesses, in a lot of business packets, जब packaging होती है, marketing होती है, you would see a lot of things, जैसे veg, non-veg, right? यहाँ पे color नहीं है, but veg is green, your non-veg is red. You identify a food, right? You identify whether a food product is a vegetarian product or a non-vegetarian product by looking at that green and red mark at the back of the packet. Similarly, कहीं पे लिखा होता है fire है, fragile है, right? It's very delicate, टूट सकता है, उसके ऊपर fragile लगा देते हैं. When you go to an airport or you see some goods which are transported to your house, अगर कुछ कांच की चीज है या कोई डिजाइन की चीज है, there is some show piece, they put a fragile ka sticker on that. That means it's very delicate. You have to handle this with very care, right? So that is what it means. Fragile hota hai, delicate hota hai. Couple of other symbols that you see at the back of the packets, right? And this all would come under your your business technical terms, technical things that a business has to take care of, right? ऐसे बार कोड होता है, राइट? क्यूआर कोड होता है, क्विक रिस्पॉन्स कोड. There is a barcode, there is a QR code, you scan it, and the information, the entire detail of the product is there on the computer screen. And so all these things, symbols, sign language, form part of your entire business environment, right? Wherein how businesses do, what are the different things they have to look into, packaging कैसे होती है, क्या क्या mention करना है, कितना प्रोटीन है, कितना कैल्शियम है 100 grams में, what are the different ingredients of the product, where was it manufactured, who manufactured it, कहाँ बना था, expiry date क्या है, manufacturing date क्या है. All of that is there that a business has to be aware of while putting on the packets. So there are a couple of things that a business has to understand and undertake, right? Full form of HR, human resource, Bhumika, right? HR is human resource. उसको HR बोलते हैं, right? Universal product code, a lot of phases आपका निखिल, so export import में बहुत काम आता है, right? So universal product code is basically it's used at an international level. तो पूरे वर्ल्ड में you have a unique product code. आपका प्रोडक्ट पूरी दुनिया में कैसे भी आइडेंटिफाई करना है, there will be a UPC, there will be unique product code, right? So that is where it is used in export import. अब इतने बड़े शिप में, इतने बड़े कंटेनर में आपका एक छोटा सा पैकेट है, उसको आइडेंटिफाई करना है कि वो कौन से शिप में, कौन से कंटेनर में, कौन सी कंट्री से कौन सी कंट्री जा रहा है, एट व्हाट टाइम, एट व्हाट प्लेस, कब पहुंचेगा, उसको ट्रैक करना है, right? So that is where universal product code comes into picture. Now let's say Flipkart से आपने कुछ ऑर्डर किया, Amazon से आपने कुछ ऑर्डर किया, Meesho से आपने कुछ ऑर्डर किया, right? That product is coming from, let's say, someone sitting in, let's say, आपका पटना में, there is a manufacturer in Patna, he or she is selling that product to you and you are sitting somewhere in, let's say, Jodhpur, right? आप राजस्थान में जोधपुर में बैठे हो, अब वो प्रोडक्ट आ रहा है, उसको ट्रैक करना है कि कहाँ पहुंचा, कहाँ कौन लेके आ रहा है, विच डिलीवरी एजेंट इज डिलीवरिंग दैट, कब पहुंचेगा, कौन सा प्रोडक्ट है, किस सेलर का, प्राइस क्या है, क्वांटिटी क्या है, वेट क्या है, राइट? चीज क्या है उसके अंदर, राइट? सो ऑल दिस इज आइडेंटिफाइड थ्रू यूनिक प्रोडक्ट कोड व्हिच इज एन इंटरनेशनल लेवल पे, राइट? Great. What's Sling HCRC? Pranjal, where is it written? Can you please help me? Sling HCRC, कहाँ पढ़ रहे हैं आप? Is it there on the screen right now? Am I missing something? Tell me. Where do you see Sling HCRC? Why can't I see that? इतना डिटेल में कहाँ चले गए आप? I can't see Sling HCRC. Where is it? Is it there on the screen somewhere? क्या? Right. Each product, suppose IDAs have separate. Yeah, absolutely, Nikhil. Each product will have a different code. Every product will have. That's why it's called a unique, universal. It's a universal product code. Universal means इकलौता code है वो आपके product का, right? Third row, third column. अच्छा, Sling HCRC. So probably this is a technical term. आप इतना detail में जाएंगे. Even I don't know what Sling HCRC is honestly. Right? I'll also have to Google. Wait, let's Google right now. What is Sling HCRC? Sling HCRC is an ISO to indicate the location of the transport package, right? Where the slings for lifting shall be placed. So Google says Sling HCRC is basically an indication code of where that particular product is transportation से link कहाँ हो रहा है, chain की तरह है कि कहाँ से कहाँ transport हो रहा है, कौन से sling से उसको lift किया जाएगा. So that is what Sling HCRC is. Too much technical things, they are just given for example. ऐसे exam में इतना detail नहीं आएगा, right? Even I'll have to Google. So that is honesty, right? You don't understand, just Google and you understand. So it's more like a transportation coding. Sling HCRC is more like a transportation coding for a particular product, right? Great. So let us quickly go and start with आपका finance and stock terminology, right? Finance related, stock market related, commodity market related terminology को पढ़ते हैं, फटाफट से करेंगे. What is who is an agent? अपने को पता ही है, agent is a person who deals between the client and the company, right? They are agents of shares, like brokers, like Zerodha, like Grow, like Upstocks. These are all agents. These are all stock brokers, right? Amortization क्या होता है? जैसे for a fixed asset there is depreciation, for an intangible asset, right? For an intangible asset it is called amortization. Intangible assets like patents, trademarks are amortized to profit and loss account. Like a fixed asset like your car or like your computer or like books are depreciated in accounts, intangible asset amortize होते हैं. बात same है. Depreciation of intangible assets is called amortization, right? What is annuity and annuity due? Annuity क्या है? Annual से बना है. Annuity is coming from the word annual. Okay, annuity is coming from the word annual. A series of payments, equal amount, fixed interval, specific number of periods, right? So annuity का मतलब है same amount अगर आपको बार बार हर साल हर महीने पे करनी है, right? It is called annuity. It's like a series of equal amounts that you have to pay. जैसे EMI बोलते हैं. When you take a loan, we have EMI, right? Equal monthly installments. It's kind of an annuity. कि एक ही amount, equal amount on a period आपको देना है, right? Annuity due is the amount which is due that you have to pay in an annuity, right? What is appreciation? Appreciation is the reverse of depreciation. अगर आपका बढ़ गया appreciation, जैसे गोल्ड है, गोल्ड का बहुत ज्यादा appreciation होता है, गोल्ड का depreciation कम होता है, right? Gold is a fixed asset. Gold is a physical fixed asset, but उसका appreciation होता है. गोल्ड आज 5 लाख रुपए का है, कल आज से 5 साल बाद 7 लाख रुपए का हो जाएगा. So appreciation हो गया. Depreciation is decreasing, appreciation is increase in the value, right? Arbitrage, बहुत simple word है. Arbitrage क्या होता है? Arbitrage means taking advantage. It means taking advantage of the gap in prices. Arbitrage बोलते हैं इसको. That means taking advantage in the gap of prices. I'll give you a very classic example. Arbitrage क्या होता है? Okay, simple example है, बाद में definition पढ़ोगे समझ आ जाएगा. Arbitrage क्या है? Let's say the price of gold, ठीक है, सोने का भाव, the price of gold in let's say Chennai is 50,000 rupees. The price of gold in Delhi is 51,000 rupees. Okay, the price of gold in Chennai is 50,000 rupees. The price of gold in Delhi is 51,000 rupees. What will you do? I will go to Chennai, buy for 50,000, come to Delhi, sell for 51,000. This is called arbitrage. This is called arbitrage. Okay. Arbitrage is the simultaneous purchase and sale of two identical commodities or instruments. एक ही चीज दो अलग जगह पे दो अलग रेट पे मिलती है, उसका बेनिफिट उठाने को बोलते हैं arbitrage. Okay, this simultaneous sale and purchase in order to take advantage of the price variation in two markets. Purchase of gold in one nation and simultaneous sale in another. Let's say दुबई में सोना 40,000 का है. Let's say in Dubai the gold price is 40,000. In India it is 50,000. You buy in Dubai, you sell in India. 10,000 रुपए instantly आपने कमा लिए. That is called arbitrage. That is called arbitrage. Asset क्या होता है हमको पता है. I'm not discussing what asset is. We all know what an asset is, but we understand the different types of assets. Okay, आपका asset का type क्या है? Current asset क्या है? जैसे कैश, मार्केटेबल सिक्योरिटी, शेयर्स, अकाउंट्स रिसीवेबल, इन्वेंट्री. करंट एसेट्स आर एसेट्स व्हिच कैन बी टर्न्ड इनटू कैश विद इन अ ईयर और लेस. एक साल के अंदर अंदर इंस्टेंटली इफ यू कैन कन्वर्ट एन एसेट इनटू कैश, दैट इज कॉल्ड करंट एसेट. व्हाट इज अ फिक्स्ड एसेट? फिक्स्ड एसेट कैन नॉट बी क्विकली टर्न्ड इनटू कैश. जैसे आपके घर को बेचने में आपको बहुत टाइम लगेगा. दैट इज अ फिक्स्ड एसेट, राइट? दीज आर वैल्यूएबल आइटम्स, लास्ट मोर देन 1 year. राइट, फॉर एग्जाम्पल आपका लैंड है, आपका जमीन है, your buildings are there, your vehicles are there, your furniture, your long term investments. It will take time to sell. Instantly बेच के आप नहीं काम कर सकते, right? You cannot sell them instantly. आपको बेचने में बहुत टाइम लगेगा. Those are called fixed assets, right? Then we have intangible assets. Intangible assets are assets you cannot touch or feel. They are called intangible assets. You cannot touch and feel, right? जैसे आपके patents, trademark, आपका brand name, brand value, ये सब आपके intangible assets हैं, right? What is ask and offer? What is ask and offer? Okay, what is ask and offer is basically the lowest price at which an owner is willing to sell his or her securities. The offer is higher than the bid. Ask price क्या होता है? Offer price, मैं जितना पैसा आपसे मांग रहा हूँ, let's say I am selling something to you and I am asking कि मुझे 10,000 रुपए चाहिए for this product, right? That is called an ask price. I'm asking for that lowest price. Okay, the lowest price. इसके नीचे तो मैं नहीं जाऊंगा. That is my ask price. As a seller, that is the lowest price I tell you. Bhai 10,000 ke niche to I will not sell it to you. That is called ask price. This is something that we see in stock market. Okay, stock market में ask price होता है. Ask price, that means if Mr. A says to Mr. B कि मैं आपको टाटा के shares बेचूंगा and my ask price is 300 rupees. मतलब 300 के नीचे तो मैं शेयर आपको बेचूंगा ही नहीं. आपको खरीदना है तो खरीदो, नहीं खरीदना तो ओके बाय. Right? So that is what an ask price is. It is the lowest price that the seller is asking from the buyer, that this is the lowest price, boss. Below this, I'm not going to sell to you. This is my lowest possible price I can sell it to you at. Okay. What is audit? Audit to hum sabko pata hai what is audit. We know what an audit is. Checking of your financial statements, of your financial records is called auditing. Right? What are bad debts? Bad debts are your friends. Bad debts are your friends. You go with your friend to eat momos and they tell them 100 rupees de de. You give them 100 rupees and they never give you back. Right? These are your bad debts. Bad debts are individuals or companies which do not repay the loan, which are not able to repay the loan are called bad debts. Right? They're called bad debts. आपके दोस्त आप पैसा दोगे वापस नहीं देंगे कभी भी. Those are your bad debts. Right? What is a balance sheet? Balance sheet तो सबको पता है. What is a balance sheet? Assets. Your balance sheet is your ऐसा आता है equity, then long term, other long term, non-current, current, then assets. That is your balance sheet, right? You remember the T form balance sheet that we have now. So it's a balance sheet. It's a financial statement which has assets and liabilities, and it balances out. The value of the total assets is always equal to the value of the total liabilities, right? Or the value of total liabilities is always equal to the value of total assets. That is why it is called a balance sheet. Balance ho jata hai. Liabilities and assets are always balanced, right? That is why it's called a balance sheet. What is a bond? Not James Bond. ये James Bond वाला bond नहीं. What is this? Bond is simple. Bond means contract. Okay. Bond means a promise. Bond का मतलब होता है मैं आपको बोल रहा हूँ. It is a promissory note. It's a bond. It's a contract between you and me. That boss, you give me 10,000 rupees today. Tomorrow I will give you 12,000 rupees. That is a bond. Or I can say companies issue bonds. Company bond issue करती है. It tells people that okay, buy this bond from me for 10,000 rupees. I will give you 7% interest every year for the next 5 years. After 5 years, I will also give you back the 10,000 rupees. And every year I'll give you 7% interest. So it's a promissory note. I'm doing the contract with you. I'm taking money from you on a contract. एक bond देके. Bond बन रहा है हम दोनों के बीच में. एक relation बन रहा है. That is why it's called a bond. It's a promissory note. You give me money, I'll give you interest every year. After that particular duration of the bond, I will give back the principal amount as well. It's called a bond, right? It's called a bond. It's a promissory note. Bonds can either be registered in owner's name. It's a promissory note issued by the companies or even by the government. गवर्नमेंट भी देती है जनरल पब्लिक को कि ये लो गवर्नमेंट का बॉन्ड है. गवर्नमेंट कहती है आप हमको 1,00,000 रुपए दो, ये बॉन्ड है हम दोनों का. आई गिव यू अ प्रॉमिसरी नोट. आई हैव अ पेपर पे लिख के दिखी है. यू आर गिविंग मी 1,00,000 rupees today. Every year I will give you 10% interest. After 7 years, I will also give you back 1,00,000 rupees. There's a contract. They give me, I give them 1,00,000 rupees, and I enjoy the interest. It's an investment for me. It's a way of taking money from the public by companies and governments. It's called a bond. It's called a bond, right? बुक वैल्यू क्या होता है? बुक वैल्यू अकाउंट्स में हमने पढ़ा है. व्हाट इज अकाउंट्स? वेरी सिंपल. बुक वैल्यू क्या होता है? टोटल एसेट्स माइनस टोटल लायबिलिटीज मींस बुक वैल्यू ऑफ शेयर होल्डर्स इक्विटी, राइट? लायबिलिटी के दो पार्ट्स होते हैं. इफ यू नो लायबिलिटीज हैज टू पार्ट्स, राइट? इट हैज इक्विटी एंड इट हैज लायबिलिटीज, राइट? अगर आप लायबिलिटी को हटा दोगे टोटल एसेट्स में से, जो इक्विटी की वैल्यू बनती है, द वैल्यू ऑफ शेयर होल्डर्स इक्विटी इज कॉल्ड द बुक वैल्यू ऑफ द कंपनी. The value of the shareholders' equity is called the book value of the company, right? What is a break-even point? Break-even point बहुत simple है. Break-even point is where your expenses. Break-even point is where your expenses are equal to your income. जहाँ पे आपका profit zero है. Where your profit is zero, it's called a break-even point. Where your expenses are equal to your profits is equal to your income. Where expenses are equal to your income. प्रॉफिट जीरो है, उसको बोलते हैं ब्रेक इवन पॉइंट. ना तो लॉस है ना तो प्रॉफिट है. देयर इज नो लॉस, देयर इज नो प्रॉफिट, एवरीथिंग इज जीरो. दैट इज कॉल्ड ब्रेक इवन पॉइंट. Because your income is equal to your expenses. You earn 10,000 rupees, you spend 10,000 rupees. break even point. आपने कुछ पैसा नहीं कमाया, तो all the money that you earned has been spent. That means your profit is zero. That is called break even point. What is a budget? Budget is a detailed plan of the future, right? Like your family budget. Let's say your family budget is, in the next month we will spend, let's say, 15,000 rupees on your ration. We have to buy oil, we have to buy rice, we have to buy dal, we have to buy atta, whatever the expense is, right? I'm just giving you an example. You will have to buy clothes, you have to buy cylinder, you have to buy water, you have to pay your bills of phone, electricity, your water, your internet, everything you have to pay for. This is your budget. It's a financial plan of the future, right? Similarly, companies have budgets. Company ka budget hota hai, in the next 3 months I have to spend 1,000 crores in investing into a new factory, or I have to spend 20 crores in IPL. IPL आ रहा है तो IPL में ऐड करना है, चलो 20 करोड़ रुपए ऐड करना है, तो एक बजट बनाते हैं. Where will we get that money from? Where do we want to spend that money? Right? That is called budget, right? What are bears? We know people in the stock market which are very very pessimist, right? जिनको लगता है market डूब जाएगी, who are always considering the market to fall, people who always believe the market will go down, stock market will go down, the share prices will always fall. Those are called bears. Those are called bears. They are always looking at the negative side in the market. Those are called bears, right? Similarly, opposites are called bulls, right? Which are always thinking कि market हमेशा बढ़ती रहेगी, right? Then we have a base price. Base price is the price of the security. Security means an equity share. Okay. Base price is the price of a security. For easy understanding, security is an equity share. Right. Base price is the price of a security at the beginning of the trading day. Right. Every morning the stock market opens at 9:30. Right. And the base price is the price of the security at the beginning of the trading day, which is used to determine the day minimum, maximum, and operational ranges for that day. So let's say Monday ko price end hua at 70 rupees. Tuesday morning, this is your 70 rupees is your base price. Tuesday morning, the price starts from 70 rupees, and during Tuesday, the price goes to, let's say, 75 rupees. So we say 5 rupees ka gain hua hai during the day, right? So the base price was 70 rupees, right? Base price was 70 rupees. What is basket trading? Basket trading means very simple. जैसे आपका सेंसेक्स में, we talked about Sensex, we talked about आपका निफ्टी, right? We talked about Sensex, we talked about Nifty. What is happening is Sensex and Nifty में जितने भी shares हैं, let's say Sensex has 50 shares, 30 shares, Nifty has 50 top companies. Nifty was the top 50 companies of India. Sensex was the top 30 companies of India. If you want to trade all the shares of the company, all 30, all 50 एक साथ basket बना के trade करना चाहते हो, that is called basket trading. That is called basket trading. You are trading, you are selling or buying all the 50 shares or all the 30 shares, whatever your choice is. Nifty 50 ले लो या Sensex 30 ले लो, सब लोग को same ratio में, उन 30 shares को, उन 50 shares को you are buying or selling in the same ratio. That is called basket trading, right? A lot of people do basket trading in the stock market, right? Bear market, हमने देख लिया. What is a bear market? Bear market is the market when people think कि share price गिरता ही जाएगा. Well, stock prices are falling consistently. Where the markets are falling consistently, that is called a bear market, right? Let me quickly come to the questions first, or then I'll go back to the screen. Okay. Increasing value of the intangible assets is known as amortization. Increasing value of intangible asset is amortization. Increasing value, I don't think so. Amortization is always, basically it's like depreciation of the intangible asset is called amortization, right? That you are amortizing an intangible asset over a period of time, right? Maybe you're getting confused there. Amortization is reduction in the value of an asset, always, right? And an intangible, right? Right. Naveen, that is EMI. Land and building also appreciates. It appreciates. Absolutely. I'm just giving an example of आपका land पे कभी depreciation नहीं लगती है, right? Land is never depreciated. Appreciation is increase in the value of an asset. Absolutely, yes. See, land का भी fluctuation है. ऐसा होगा ना, तो land कभी गिरता नहीं है. Land also the prices fall, right? Okay. What else? Got it. For example, appreciation of Indian currency over the foreign currency. Absolutely, yes. Anything, the value of any asset, okay? Your foreign exchange, your dollars are also your foreign exchange is also your asset, right? So price of an asset, if it increases, it is called appreciation, be it any asset, koi bhi asset ho sakta hai, right? Got it. Hey, Delisha, thank you so much. Very happy Holi to you. Current assets turn into cash within 1 year or very quickly. That is called current asset, right? Sure. Basket trading बताएंगे. Is arbitrage similar to speculation? Nikhil, a sort of yes, but arbitrage is more like smart speculation, right? Speculation कम होता है. Arbitrage is basically you identify a gap. Speculation is based on assumptions. Okay, so speculation is based on I am thinking कल बारिश होगी आओ सट्टा लगाएं. So I'm betting with you. If tomorrow rains, I'll give you 1,000. If it doesn't rain, you give me 1,000. That is speculation. Arbitrage is I know the price in Dubai is 40,000 for the gold. The price in India is 50,000. I know this. I'm not speculating. I know the price. It's there in the market. It's there in the newspaper. कि price दुबई में कम है इंडिया में ज्यादा है. I'm just taking the benefit of that thing. Right? That is called arbitrage. Right? The same commodity simultaneously. जैसे ही खरीदा वैसे ही बेचा. I'm not waiting the prices to fall. Then it becomes a trade. फिर तो मैं शॉपकीपर बन गया. Right? If I'm buying from Dubai and waiting कि चलो प्राइस बढ़ेगा इंडिया में और प्राइस बढ़ेगा तो बेचेंगे. Right? That is trading. वो तो शॉपकीपर वाली बात है कि स्टॉक करके बैठ गए then I'm selling. I'm not doing trade. I'm doing arbitrage. जैसे ही खरीदा वैसे ही बेचा. Right? जैसे ही खरीदा वहां पे यहाँ पे इंस्टेंटली अपना बेच दिया to get that gain. Right? Okay. Basket trading, I'll फटाफट से explain again. Amortization is for intangible, depreciation is for tangible. Absolutely yes, Punika. Okay, so what is basket trading? Nifty 50, Sensex 30. We know the concept, right? Sensex top 30 companies of India, Nifty top 50 companies of the India. Now, what basket trading is? I am there in the stock market. मुझे नहीं पता कौन सा शेयर अच्छा है, कौन सा शेयर बुरा है. I do not know. I do not have the knowledge. I do not have the time. But I want to safeguard myself from the risk. So what I do? I go and sell or buy. Let's say I'm buying pehle. I go and buy all the 50 shares of Nifty wale. Nifty ने top 50 companies बताएं कि इंडिया में these are the top 50 companies. Sensex says these are the top 30 companies. I don't have the knowledge. मुझे पता ही नहीं कौन सा शेयर खरीदना. But I know these are the top 50 companies. I know these are top 30 companies. I go and buy सबके 5 shares. Okay. Or in the same ratio that the Nifty is. So Nifty says Reliance का share is 20%. TCS का 10%, Infosys 5%. There is weighted average in Nifty as well, right? So total Nifty में let's say 30% of the shares are from Reliance, 10%, TCS 5%, Dr. Reddy 2%, Wipro 3%, Bajaj, right? ऐसे अलग-अलग shares ratio है. In the same way, in the same ratio, I also buy those shares, top 50 companies के सारे, right? Because I don't know कौन सा अच्छा है कौन सा बुरा, but I'm trusting the top 50 companies of India कि ये तो grow करेंगी in the next, let's say 5 years, right? इतना भरोसा है मुझे. So that is what basket trading is. I'm creating a basket and buying all those shares. And when I have to sell, I sell all those shares, right? मुझे अब ये भी नहीं पता कि यार मार्केट में क्या होगा, इसमें से कौन सा एक शेयर बेचूं, I will gain money. I don't understand that concept. So what I do, I sell all the shares together, those 50 companies. I buy also together, I sell also together. That is called basket trading, right? Okay. Did the bear market purchase shares at lower price and sell the shares at higher price in the bull market? That is what bears do, Anshika. If you have seen Scam 1992, if you haven't, go and watch that web series. You will understand a lot of concepts. Okay, जो आपका Scam 1992 your Harshad Mehta wala web series, go watch that. It's a wonderful series. You will understand a lot of things about a stock market, and that is exactly what bears do. Bear market क्या करती है? पूरी market को गिरा देती है, and they buy the shares. And then the prices increase and they sell and make huge money. Right? That is what a bear market is. But Harshad Mehta was a bullish person. He said, market को बढ़ाते जाओ, बढ़ाते जाओ, बढ़ाते जाओ. एकदम top पे पहुंच के sell and then exit. Right? So different concepts. Right? What is a badla? What is a badla? Okay, badla क्या होता है? Share market में there is a concept called badla. It's called carrying forward of a transaction from one settlement period to the next without affecting the delivery and payment. So what is happening here? Let's say on Tuesday 3:30 p.m. So markets are from 9:30 to 3:30. Okay. मार्केट सुबह 9:30 खुलती है, 3:30 खत्म हो जाती है. The timing of stock market is 9:30 to 3:30. At 3:30 there was a transaction. You and me are in the stock market. I tell you, boss, you have to I will have to, I say, I want to sell you 10 shares. You say, okay, I will buy 10 shares of, let's say, Tata from you. But ये हुआ नहीं, right? The market ended, the transactions for the day stopped, but we could not execute. But you and me could not execute a transaction. So what we do, we take it to the next day. We take it to the next day, right? Carrying forward of a transaction from one settlement period to the next without affecting delivery and payment. ना हमने अपना प्राइस बदला, हम कल के प्राइस पे ही ट्रांजैक्शन करेंगे, right? Even if you're going to the next day, I'm not gaining money from today's price. What if market increases 2% today? What if market falls today? I say no, no problem. We had to do it yesterday के price पे करेंगे without affecting delivery and payment, right? Badla involves carrying forward of a transaction. Badla involves carrying forward of a transaction from one settlement to the next. The carry forward is done at a making a price, which is usually the closing price of the last day settlement. Last day के closing price पे ही transaction होगी, right? There is a contango. That means there is a badla charge though, right? Interest लगता है, थोड़ा सा interest लेते हैं लोग, because they say now I will lose a lot of money. देखो, I am giving you at the yesterday's price only, and you and I both are at a risk of losing money. अगर share price बढ़ गया तो I am losing money. If share price गिर गया, then you are losing money, right? So you will buy at a higher or sell it as I'll have to sell at a lower. So there is an interest charge determined on the basis of demand and supply. वो market में अपने आप set होता है. You don't, when you start working or you start investing in the market, you'll understand. But just understand what is contango. Contango is badla charge. It's like an interest charge for taking a transaction from one day to the next day, right? So that either of the parties do not face a big loss. Okay, so that is an interest charge, badla charge, or we call it contango under badla, when one transaction is carried forward to the next day, right? What are blue chip companies? Blue chip companies are shares of large, well-established and financially sound companies like TCS, Wipro, right? Wipro hai, TCS hai, Infosys hai, HUL hai. These are blue chip companies. These are blue chip companies. इन companies को blue chip बोलते हैं because they are large, well-established and financially sound companies. इनके पास बहुत पैसा है. With an impressive record of earnings and dividend, with an impressive record of earnings, पिछले 10 साल से profits ही कमा रही है companies. These companies have never seen a loss in the last 10 or 15 years, right? They are blue chip companies, large, wonderful, financially sound, very financially sound and well established companies को market में blue chip companies बोलते हैं. We call them blue chip, right? What is a beta? Beta is the risk measurement. Okay, risk को बोलते हैं beta. When you come to final level, you will in a strategic financial management, you will have formulas for beta. Beta कैसे निकालते हैं? It's a risk measurement, right? Risk को measure करने के लिए beta use करते हैं. It's something like this. Okay, ऐसा B करके लिखते हैं ना formula में. This is beta. Beta means it's the measurement of risk, right? It's a measurement of risk. It's between stock price of a particular and the movement in the whole market. We call it beta. कितना risky है? So if let's say I say the beta is 1, that means the share price is neutral. कोई इसमें ज़्यादा risk नहीं है, 1 है. If I say the beta is 2, that means it's twice as risky. If I say beta is 3, that means it's 3 times as risky as normal shares. If I say the beta is let's say -1, that means कुछ movement ही नहीं होती. Market ऊपर से नीचे हो तो ये share move नहीं करता है, right? The beta is -1. That means if the market is going up, the market is going down, this share does not even move, right? But if I say the beta is 2, that means if the market increases by 1%, this share increases by 2%, right? So इसका beta 2 है. It's the measurement of risk as compared to the standard of stock market. Okay, that is called beta. What is bid? Bid is the highest price. अपना ask price, offer price was the lowest price that the seller is willing to give at. Bid is the highest price the buyer is willing to pay for a stock. Okay, bid price वो होता है is the highest price that the buyer is willing to pay for a stock. It is the opposite of ask and offer, right? Brokerage firm क्या होती है? सबको पता है भाई. Zerodha, Grow. Brokers are agents, right? Zerodha, Grow, Upstocks. These are broker firms. which help you in transacting. You want to buy a share, they take money from you, buy a share and give it to you, right? They're like agents. Brokers, they charge a brokerage fee, right? Bull market, bear market ka ulta is bull market, right? A market which in which the stock prices is increasing consistently. Bull बढ़ाता है, bear गिराता है, right? What is a business day? Business days are Mondays to Friday, 9:30 to 3:30. Business days for stock market. Business days for stock market are Monday to Friday, 9:30 to 3:30, excluding public holidays. Republic Day हो गया, Holi पे market was banned, right? Saturdays and Sundays are not working. Business days for the market are Mondays to Fridays, 9:30 to 3:30, right? What is a bonus? Bonus share क्या होता है? Let's say you have 20 shares and the company says we are giving you one bonus share for every share that you own. So they give you 20 more shares with at 0 rupees. वो कह रहे फ्री में 20 शेयर और देते हैं हम आपको फ्री में, right? Because the market, because the company has that capacity, has that money, right? So bonus is free allotment of shares made in proportion to existing shareholders out of accumulated reserves. Accumulated reserves means profits. Accumulated reserves means profit. प्रॉफिट में से वो क्या बोलता है कि यू ऑलरेडी हैव 20 शेयर्स, वी आर गिविंग यू 20 मोर शेयर्स फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट, कोई पैसा मत देना, ये शेयर्स भी आपके हुए, राइट? बुक क्लोजर, सो एवरी मंथ एंड, एवरी क्वार्टर एंड, एवरी ईयर एंड वी हैव बुक क्लोजर्स, राइट? Dates between which company creates or closes its books is called book closure, right? Where a company keeps its register of members closed for updating prior to the payment of dividends or issue of new shares, right? It is called a book closure. That means you have to finalize your financial statements, right? When you go to articleship after foundation, you will go into articleship, you will hear this word a lot, book closure. Book closure का मतलब है before the final financials are prepared, you have to close the books कि ये final number है. ऐसे तो constantly आप number add करते जाओगे. Business तो daily चल रहा है. Think about this. The business is happening 24/7 every single day. But you have to close your books. Let's say on 31st March, this is what my balance sheet position was. This is what my income P&L account looked like. So this is a book closure कि इस date को मैं close करता हूँ and I start a new year from that. Okay. We understood what is a bull, right? People who are very optimistic कि share market बढ़ती ही रहेगी, that is called a bull, right? Business risk क्या होता है? Every business has risk. It is the operational, right? If the riskiness inherent in the firm's operation if it uses no debt. Business risk is basically any risk related to a business. It can be any risk. आपके यहाँ पे riots हो गए, अभी यूक्रेन में you are doing a business and there is a war. It's a business risk, right? Any kind of risk is inherent in the business and we called it a business risk. Loss हो गया, customer नहीं आए, दुकान जल गई, customers चले, customer preference change हो गई, the prices of oil increased, you started working in a cab, okay? So आपने क्या किया? You became an Uber driver. Let's say I became an Uber driver. और जैसे ही मैं Uber driver बना, the prices of petrol increased 30%. People are not even using cabs anymore. People are saying यार इतनी महंगी cab है, हम तो नहीं use करते. That means it's a business risk for me. Any kind of risk for your business is called a business risk. Who is a buyer? ये कोई बताने की जरूरत है. जो चीज खरीदता है, the purchaser of the securities is called a buyer. Okay. Now, what is a call option? Call option is a very, very, very long concept, but short में आपको बताता हूँ. It's an option given to the investor, right? कि आप आज नहीं कल खरीद लेना. It's an option. It's a call option, right? So I tell you, you and me, we are two people, A and B, okay? So I tell you that no problem. I'm giving you an option. And aaj, let's say I'll give you very simple example, okay? So let's say I am selling you this glass, okay? So I'm selling you this glass. This is for 20 rupees. Now I tell you that this is for 20 rupees. Aaj se 10 din baad, after 10 days, this glass can be for 22 rupees. This can be for 18 rupees. You also don't know. I also don't know. Okay. This glass is for 20 rupees today. It is today 20 रुपए का. कल 20. After 10 days, it's for 22 or 18. You don't know. I don't know. I'll give you an option. Okay. I'll give you an option. I'm giving you a call option. I'm telling you, boss, आज से 10 दिन बाद buy from me at 20 rupees. मेरे से 20 रुपए का ही खरीद लेना. ठीक है. मेरे से 20 रुपए का ही खरीद लेना. Be it price high or low, it's your risk. अगर कम हुआ तो मेरा benefit, ज़्यादा हुआ तो आपका benefit. Okay, but I'm giving you an option. You do not have to buy. After 10 days, if you think ये price ज़्यादा है, you say कि नहीं मुझे अब नहीं खरीदना. If it's for 22 rupees, you can say no, मुझे नहीं खरीदना because it's costly. But I'm still giving you an option. 10 दिन बाद मन करे तो खरीद लेना 20 रुपए में, right? For this, I say you pay me 1 rupee as well. Because I am giving you this option. I'm giving you this option कि अगर price बढ़ गया तो मना कर देना, right? If the price increases, you tell me no, I don't want to buy. It's higher now. I have that, or you have that option to not buy that product, this glass. But इसके लिए to gain this option, you give me 1 rupee. Okay, you give me 1 rupee. This is called a call option. Simple. It is an option to buy or not to buy. It's not an obligation. आपकी मर्जी है 10 दिन बाद खरीदना नहीं खरीदना, right? And that is what you do. So let's say the price after 10 days is 22 rupees. And you say चलो फटाफट मुझे दे दो, I will buy it for 20 rupees because अब मैं 22 का बेच सकता हूँ. In the market, it is for 22 rupees. You will buy it from me for 20 rupees. You have already paid me 1 rupee. So the total cost is 21 rupees. And you can sell this glass for 22 rupees. आप 1 रुपए अभी भी कमा सकते हो इस glass पे, right? So this is what an call option is. But if after 10 days the glass price is 18 rupees, you will say नहीं अब तो 18 रुपए का तो market में मिलता है. 18 rupees का I'm getting it from in the market. Why will I buy for 20 rupees? I don't want to buy this. But I say, okay, it's an option. But you have already paid me 1 rupee. So I gain 1 rupee anyway, right? I am the seller. I get 1 rupee anyway, right? Free में मिल गए मुझे तो 1 रुपए. आपने नहीं खरीदा तो मुझे 1 रुपए मिल गए, right? And you also saved your 18 rupees because अब तो वो सस्ता मिल रहा है. So you only paid 1 rupee to enjoy this benefit, right? It is called a call option. Simple. It is called call option, right? As simple as that. It is called call option, right? Contango हमने अभी पढ़ा. Balas Krishna, contango is an interest charge for your taking your transaction to the next day, right? Okay, ITC provides stable dividend to shareholders every year. That is why, right? ITC is a blue chip or not, I don't know. It's a risky one these days. Beta is like elasticity of demand. Somewhat yes. Bid is like a hammer bidding. No, that's a different thing. That's auction. वो अलग होता है, right? Does the companies provide dividend physically to the investors in their demat account? Absolutely yes. Not physically. Priyanka, but you get your dividend in your bank account. आपको पैसा आ जाता है अपना automatically, right? You get a mail, you get an SMS, and the amount is transferred to your bank. Is beta similar concept as price elasticity in economics? Yes, that is what I'm saying. Somewhat yes. उसको beta बोलते हैं. This means due to early book closure, we have to undertake inventory take. Absolutely, Nikhil. आपका audit में you will have all this, right? Book closure pressure months. Why do we see a lot of chartered accountants, a lot of people involved in book closure? January, February, March, they are very, very loaded in work because book closure हो रहा होता है, right? Shiva is a bit like an auction sale. Somewhat no, but ठीक है. If you get the concept, it's more like yes, this is the highest price or this is the lowest price that people are ready to buy for or sell for. What will the extra charge to be paid in call option known as premium? We call that call premium, right? We call that call premium. Okay. If tree is attached from the form the tuition charge or not. See, that's a very Ankit wo aapka accounts mein hai. You have to read your Ind AS. Ind AS ki definition will get tree attached from the roots or not from the roots. आपको वो accounts में मिल जाएगा the full definition, right? Hey Zuleka, you're late. We have already studied for 50 minutes. Cool. Okay. See, Priyanka, आपका ICI is not doing a business, okay? Your ICI MOU with Russia CA Institute, पहली बात तो ये लोग business नहीं करते, right? ICAI is not a business organization, first thing, right? They are not there to earn money. It's an educational institution under the Parliament Act. It is not there to earn money. I can tell you ICI is actually in losses if you look at the kind of expense they have to do is basically huge. So much publication, examination, paying to all the staff, to all the members, to all these events, publishing digital products, all these meetings, all this travel the people have to do to expand the institute, to create opportunities for all of us. It's huge, all right? So probably it's not a business risk, right? Sulekha, you are late and we have just studied call options. So you will have to go back and look at this session again, right? In IPL auctions are they very different. You focus on the syllabus, please. Right? Beta is one. That is the starting point, Dheeraj. Right? Beta one se shuru hota hai. It goes 1, 1.2, 1.3, 2, 3, 4, or it goes into minus, but it starts from one. Okay. What is capital budgeting? Capital budgeting is planning your expenditure for fixed assets, for big investment. Factory banani hai, हमको 100 ट्रक खरीदने हैं. So budgeting of huge expenses is called capital budgeting. Your planning of expenses are very huge. आपको एक factory बनानी है, warehouse बनाना है. You have to buy 20 trucks, you have to buy 100 trucks, you have to buy 10 cranes, you have to like buy huge pipelines. All of this is called capital budgeting, right? Capital gains yield क्या होता है? It is the percentage earned, right? It is the percentage earned by selling capital fixed assets, right? Capital market, stock market. Cash budget, we know it's a cash flow statement. You know what is a cash flow statement is, कितना पैसा आया and how much money cash was spent is called cash budgeting. We cover it in cash flows, right? Cash flow is inflow versus your outflow, right? What is a credit period? The period during which you repay your loan. Let's say your car loan is for 15 months, so your credit period is 15 months. Okay. If your house loan is for 7 years, your credit period is 7 years. What is the closing price? The trade price of the security at the end of the trading day. 3:30 बजे जो शेयर का प्राइस होगा उसको बोलते हैं क्लोजिंग प्राइस. At the closing time of the day, what is the price of the share? We call it a closing price. What is a commercial paper? Commercial paper is just like a bond. Okay. Commercial paper is just like a bond. It's a promissory note. अभी हमने पढ़ा bond क्या होता है. एक commercial paper is a type of a bond. Commercial paper is a type of a bond, right? Which starts from 1 lakh rupees, right? And it is only done by commercial banks, right? It is always commercial paper is actually for between government and banks of very rich people. आम आदमी commercial paper नहीं खरीद सकता, right? It is done by large firms, large banks, or governments. It's a type of a bond only, right? What are commodities? जैसे silver है, gold है. Like you have a share market, similarly we have commodities market, right? Commodities market are nothing but after gold market, silver market, or rice market, wheat market, or your platinum. इन सबको commodities बोलते हैं. These all have commodities market. Convertible securities like your bonds, debentures, preferred stocks, right? Your preference shares converted into equity shares, or your debentures converted into equity shares. These are called convertible securities. So let's say I give you money and I give you a bond, I give you a debenture कि आपको 10 साल बाद मैं आपको 1 लाख रुपए वापस कर दूंगा. Give me 1 lakh rupees today. After 10 years, I will give you 1 lakh rupees. But after 5 years, I tell you नहीं मेरे पास पैसे नहीं है, आप मेरे shares ले लो, right? I will convert your loan into shares. I will convert your loans into shares. That is called convertible securities. Instead of paying money, I pay you shares. ठीक है, आप मेरे shares ले लो and उसकी basis पे आप shares बेच के पैसे ले लेना. I cannot give you money. I don't have money, but you take my shares. That is called convertible securities. What is consolidation? Consolidation is simple, right? Business combination two or more entities that occurs when the entities transfer all the net assets to a new entity is called consolidation. Consolidation means एक कंपनी, दो कंपनी, 3, 4, 5 कंपनी है, ये सब मिलके एक और कंपनी में चली गई, एक बड़ी कंपनी में. इट इज कॉल्ड कंसोलिडेशन. इट मींस कलेक्शन कंसोलिडेट हो गई, उसके अंदर घुस गए, right? It is called consolidation. That means small companies, different entities form into one company. They go under, they get acquired by, they form under, they are created under one entity. It is called consolidation, right? Creditor क्या होता है? Creditor are banks. Bank are creditor. You give loan to your friend, you are a creditor. Okay. What are debentures? Debentures are a type of debt instrument. Debenture क्या है? जैसे equity होता है वैसे debenture होता है, right? Debenture is an instrument which is not secured by physical assets or collateral. So it is like a loan. Debenture is like a loan, right? It is like a loan that the company takes from people. I don't want to buy the shares of the company, but I want to give money to this company, right? I don't want to buy shares of the company, but I want to give money to this company. So, or the company wants to take money from the public, but shares नहीं देने, ownership चली जाती है. If I give you shares, my ownership is diluted, right? मेरे को आपको ownership भी देनी पड़ेगी because shares means ownership. I don't want to give you ownership, but I want money from you. So I will give you debentures. Debentures is like loan. So I will tell you, boss, मैं debenture दे रहा हूँ आपको. So for 3 years के debenture, you give me 5 lakh rupees. I will give you 8% interest every year. After 3 years, I'll give you back your 3 lakh rupees also. Here is a debenture. ये paper पे लिख के दे देते हैं. ये लो debenture है. You buy my debenture. Okay. If you have time today, go to a website after this session and go to your Google and write fixed income, right? Just write fixed income instruments. वहाँ पे debenture आता है. You will see a lot of companies are giving debentures also, right? Loan लेती है public से, बैंक से नहीं loan ले रहा मैं. I'm taking loan from general public. लोगों कह रहा हूँ मेरी कंपनी में पैसा, मुझे पैसा दो, मुझे पैसा दो, मुझे पैसा दो. I'll give you interest, right? बैंक से जाऊंगा, बैंक कहेगा ये पेपर दिखाओ, वो पेपर दिखाओ, आप लोन लाओ, अपना गिरवी रख दो. You keep your factory as a collateral, you keep your house as a collateral, you keep your business as a collateral, and then only we'll give you money. Debenture is not secured. Debenture is not secured. The company says, I'll give you loan, have trust on me, have trust on my company, buy my debentures, I will give you 8% interest, right? Jitna kam trust, utna high interest, right? So let's say I'm a very small company. So I will say, I will give you 15% interest हर साल. मैं आपको हर साल 15% इंटरेस्ट दूंगा, प्लीज मुझे पैसा दे दो, राइट? क्योंकि देयर इज मोर रिस्क फॉर मी इफ आई हैव टू गिव मनी टू अ स्मॉल कंपनी. आई डोंट नो कल को बंद हो गई तो, बट फॉर दैट आई एम टेकिंग मोर रिस्क, मोर द रिवॉर्ड. सो दैट कंपनी विल गिव मी हायर इंटरेस्ट रेट. बट इफ टाटा कम्स एंड सेज मुझे पैसा दे दो, टाटा विल से बॉस दिस मेरी कंपनी बंद तो होने नहीं वाली है, राइट? सो आई विल ओनली गिव यू 6% इंटरेस्ट. You want to invest, you want to give me money, I will give you 6% sure shot, हर साल मिलेगा ही. And I know for the next 5 years Tata कहीं नहीं जाएगा. But let's say there is another company, XYZ company, very new company, and they give me debentures. They tell me हमें पैसा दो, I'll give you 15% because I know कल को बंद हो गई तो. So more the risk, more the reward. Okay. What are debtors? Creditors का उल्टा debtor है. Credit is loan देने वाला, debtor is loan लेने वाला. Debtors are the people, our debtors are basically the people who are taking loan from you, and they are your asset, right? Because the money will come from them in the future. That is your debtors. Debtors are people who have to repay loan back to you. They are called debtors. And people who cannot pay back the money are called bad debts. Debtor में से ही bad debts निकलते हैं. The people or all those debtors who cannot repay the loans or repay the credit are called bad debts. Okay. Now, what is a defensive stock? Defensive stock is a stock that provides a constant dividend, stable earnings. Right? एक ऐसा शेयर, एक ऐसा स्टॉक जो कॉन्स्टेंटली बहुत अच्छा परफॉर्म करता है, that is called a defensive stock. Right? Even when the stock market is going down, or there is a war in the country, or there is a war in the globe, right? कुछ भी हो रहा है, COVID आ गया, COVID चला गया, but this share keeps giving good results. This company, this stock keeps giving good results. It is called defensive stock, right? Depreciation, I know everyone knows depreciation. I'm skipping that. What are derivatives? Derivatives are securities. Derivatives are securities which have their value under one or more underlying assets, right? क्या होता है? Very simple. Derivatives क्या होता है? Securities which derive. Derivative is getting their word from derive. Okay, they're getting their meaning from derive. They're getting their meaning from derive. Derive से word आ रहा है derivative. They're deriving value from something, some underlying asset. Okay. For example, currencies हो सकती हैं, bonds हो सकते हैं, market indices हो सकते हैं, stocks हो सकते हैं. So what is happening is derivative is like futures, like forward. So what I say, टाटा का शेयर है, ओके, टाटा का शेयर है. टाटा का एग्जांपल बहुत हो गया. लेट्स टेक अनदर एग्जांपल. लेट मी टेक अदानी. ओके, नाउ अदानी का शेयर है. यू एंड मी are talking about derivatives. So what I'm telling you, I'm saying अदानी का शेयर आज 700 रुपीज का है. द शेयर ऑफ अदानी टुडे इज 700 रुपीज. आई थिंक टुमारो ये 750 का. दिस विल बी फॉर 750 रुपीज टुमारो. ओके, now you say no, I don't think this will be for 750. This will be maximum 720. Okay, I say nahi, aram se this will be 750. You say no, this is not going to be more than 720. I say okay, I'll give you an instrument. Okay, I am giving you an instrument that tomorrow if the share price is whatever the price is, I will sell it to you. Okay, I will sell it to you. And you also say, okay, if the price is 720, I will either way buy. I am thinking it's for 750, I'm speculating. Derivatives are for high speculation. Derivatives are used for high speculation. बहुत सट्टाबाजी चलती है derivatives में. कल बारिश होगी या नहीं होगी, कल तूफान आएगा नहीं आएगा, राइट? कल मोदी जी अपनी स्पीच में क्या बोलेंगे? People are creating instruments on that. It is called derivatives. It is deriving its value from something else, some other underlying asset. Right? It is called a derivative. Right? कल गोल्ड का प्राइस क्या होगा? आज से 20 दिन बाद, from today, after 3 months, what will be the gold का प्राइस? उसके ऊपर we are playing सट्टा. That is called derivatives. Those are called derivatives. Okay. What is diversification? Diversification is reducing the investment risk by buying different shares. एक फार्मास्यूटिकल कंपनी खरीद ली, एक ऑटोमोटिव कंपनी आई बॉट एन इन्वेस्टमेंट बैंक, आई बॉट अ बैंक, आई वांट FMCG company. So I'm diversifying. I'm distributing my risk into different industries is called diversification. I am distributing my risk by buying shares of different industries. अगर एक इंडस्ट्री को लॉस हुआ, दूसरी इंडस्ट्री को तो कुछ ना कुछ बेनिफिट हो ही जाएगा. In that anticipation, people do diversification. That means buying shares of different industries to distribute their risk. What is a dividend? Dividend is a portion of company's earnings that they say, ठीक है, हमने बहुत सारा पैसा कमा लिया इस साल, let me give you some money. You are the shareholder. I will give you some money. So let's say I earned 10 crore rupees and I give 1 rupee dividend to all my 10 lakh shareholders. I have 10 lakh shareholders. I earn 10 crore rupees and say, ठीक है, सबको एक रुपए दे दो. So 10 lakh people को I gave 10 lakh rupees और सबको 10 रुपए दे दो. So that means 1 करोड़ रुपए मैंने डिविडेंड बांट दिया, बाकी 9 करोड़ बचे हुए I reinvested in the business, right? So that is what a dividend is. What is equity? Equity हम सबको पता है. Capital. Equity आपको पता है बैलेंस शीट में क्या होता है. I don't want to explain. Equity exchange rate, we know what is an exchange rate. Your foreign exchange rate for one currency to another. INR to USD, USD to pound, pound to Swiss franc to Japan, Japanese yen or Chinese yen or Japanese currency, right? Or Singapore dollar. All these are exchange rates. What is the face value? Face value क्या होता है? Face value is the cash denomination of the amount of money the holder of individual security is going to earn. That means face value क्या होता है? Share की एक face value. Share is, let's say the face value is always 1 rupee or 2 rupee, maximum 10 रुपए होती है share की face value. Above that, everything is premium. Okay. So if you go to stock market, you will see the face value of Tata Consultancy share is, let's say, 10 rupees. And the share price is 3,500 rupees. Share price 3,500 hai, but face value 10 rupees hai. That means the inherent value of the share is 10 rupees. Baki 3,490 rupees is the premium on that share. Right? Uski value itni बढ़ चुकी है. Right? That is called a face value. What is a financial instrument? Financial instrument is anything. जैसे cash है, bond है, commercial paper, equity. All these are financial instruments. इन सबको हम लोग financial instruments बोलते हैं, right? Financial intermediary क्या है? Like your share brokers, stock brokers. Best example of financial intermediaries are your banks. Are your financial intermediaries? Bank आपका transaction करवाता है, shareholders आपके transactions करवाते हैं in the stock market, in the financial market, right? Government bond क्या होता है? We just studied what are bonds. They are promissory notes to give back the money as a form of loan. And when the government gives bond, it is called government bond. As simple as that. जब government bond देती है तो उसको government bond बोलते हैं. What is hedging? Hedging का मतलब simple है. Hedging is the strategy to use to minimize your risk. That is called hedging, right? Hedge करने के लिए क्या करते हैं? Let's see what is called. एक simple example देता हूँ hedge का क्या होता है, right? Now think about this. I am buying gold. Okay, I am buying gold and I have risk कि gold का price बढ़ सकता है and घट भी सकता है. So what I do is I hedge my gold through, I know, right? When there is a war in the world, when there is war in the world, I know the gold prices will increase. Okay, now I know the gold prices will increase and the share market will fall. I know the gold prices will increase, share markets will fall because there is war in the world. So how do I reduce my risk? How do I reduce my risk? Let's say it's day 1 of war. Okay. अभी तो हो गए 2-3 हफ्ते हो गए, but as banks, as investors, What people think is, अच्छा day one है, news आनी शुरू हो गई है that Russia is on a war with Ukraine. I go and buy a lot of gold. मैं जाके सोना खरीद लिया because I know the gold prices will increase and my stock market की investment will fall. My gold will increase, my stock market will fall. I have to reduce this risk. So I hedge it by buying more gold. Gold खरीद के मैं अपना risk कम कर रहा हूँ. That is called hedging. That is called hedging. Right? I understand the markets. Only when you understand the markets, you understand economics, you understand investment. That is where you go and do this. Right? जब भी war होगी, सोने का price बढ़ जाएगा. Gold will increase, share markets will fall. So to protect myself from the fall in share market, I go and buy gold. तो क्या होगा? Gold के price बढ़ेंगे तो मेरी investment बढ़ जाएगी. Even when I have losses in stock market, I have gains in gold and I will have equilibrium. Right? ज़्यादा loss नहीं होगा. मैं अपने आप को बहुत सारे loss से बचा लूँ. What is in holding period? It is the time for which you hold a share. I bought a share in 2007. I sold it in 2017. My holding period is 10 years. I bought a share in 2019. I am not selling it right now. I'm still holding it. So my holding period right now is 3 years. Right? The amount of period you hold a particular share with you is called a holding period. What is an income stock? A security which has solid record of dividend payments, right? ब्लू चिप जैसे ही होता है, जहां पे बहुत सारे जो शेयर जैसे आईटीसी इज इनकम स्टॉक, राइट? आईटीसी keeps giving a lot of dividends. Your TCS keeps giving a lot of dividends. These are called income stocks, right? Index क्या होता है? Index, we know what is an index, right? Sensex, Nifty, both are your indexes. And your Nifty, your Sensex, both are your indexes, right? Index है, it is telling you how the market is doing. Initial public offering, we have done questions on this. What is an IPO? You know what is an IPO? What is internet trading? सबको पता है internet trading. पहले क्या होता था? पहले पेपर पे होता था. Shares were on paper. Now there is internet trading. There are demat accounts, right? जिसके ऊपर you have shares. That is what internet trading is. Now we have SEBI. SEBI के बारे में we just studied in chapter number, right? You remember? We studied about SEBI. We studied about RBI. So these are internet trading. Everything is becoming digital. That is what internet trading is, right? Okay. Before I go on to the next one very quickly. Defensive stock and blue chip are similar. No, blue chip can also go down when there is a war, when there is COVID. COVID में blue chip companies भी affect हुई, but defensive stock affect नहीं हुए, right? Some defensive stocks will never go down, be it anything. Be it any कुछ भी हो, defensive stock तो बढ़ता ही रहता है, right? Right, Samir. Samir, cigarette के पैकेट पे लिखा होता है 80% of the cigarette packet says it is cancerous. Please do not smoke. People are still smoking. Right? So the job of the government is to tell you, boss, this is wrong. Please don't do that. It's your samaj to do that or not to do that, right? Can general public buy gold bonds of the government? Yes, Priyanka. So government gives that option from time to time, right? It depends. वो जब options government gives that option, then only you can do. ऐसे कभी भी जाके you cannot buy. Okay. Debentures are like liabilities. Absolutely yes, because a company has to repay that. Consolidation is similar as amalgamations, a little bit different, but on the same concept. Rally means a rapid increase in general price level. Absolutely yes, Ankit. एक साथ बहुत सारा डेली प्राइस बढ़ता जाएगा तो उसको रैली बोलते हैं, राइट? Great. Any questions so far? I will quickly go to the next ones. Any thoughts, any questions that you have? Really depends. Percentage of dividend from share to share, Kishan. Okay. Below face value is discount. Absolutely yes. Bankruptcy of a customer is business risk for the bank. Can be yes. Pranjal, it can be. It's a business risk, right? Okay, let us go to the next ones very, very quickly. What is a limit order? A limit order is the order to buy or sell a share at a specific price. So what I say, अभी 12 बजे हैं, मान लो the time right now is 12 p.m. and the share price is let's say 700 rupees. Okay, and the price is fluctuating बहुत ज़्यादा, 700 हो रहा है, 690, कभी 710. I don't know what the price will be. So what I do, I limit order. I say as soon as the price goes to 670, buy 30 shares for me. I tell my broker, जैसे ही 680 प्राइस होगा ऑटोमेटिकली मेरे 30 शेयर्स खरीद लेना. जैसे ही प्राइस 680 होगा मेरे 30 शेयर्स खरीद लेना. And that is the job my broker does. That is what Zerodha does. That is what Grow does. That is what Upstocks does. Right? That is called limit order. I set a price at a specific price. मेरी purchase कर लेना, मेरी sale कर देना. Right? What is liquidation? Liquidation occurs when the assets are sold off in piecemeal rather than as an operating entity. Right? Liquidation means selling off your assets. When a company sells off its assets, it's called liquidation. Liquidate कर दिया, पानी पानी कर दिया आपने company को. That means you sold off your assets to get money. आप इतनी you are in such a financial stress, in a financial position, that you have to sell your assets to get money. That is called liquidation. Okay, listed stocks we have done. जब we did company के बारे में, private companies, public company, chapter number 3, I told you what are listed companies. Similarly, वही है listed stocks, right? Stocks on the stock exchange. Market capitalization का formula simple है. Market price of the shares into number of shares in the market. Market price of the shares into number of shares in the market is called market capitalization. कि total market में आपकी कितनी capital है, right? How big you are. Companies are ranked in the market, in the stock market, based on the market capitalization, which is market price into number of shares. What is money market? जैसे आपकी stock market होती है, वैसे आपकी money market होती है, right? Money market होती है like financial markets for assets involved in short-term borrowing, right? Lending, buying, selling of original maturities less than 1 year. इसमें stock वगैरह नहीं चलते. मनी मार्केट में ज्यादा आपके बॉन्ड्स, कमर्शियल पेपर्स, ये सब आपके मनी मार्केट में होते हैं. All these bonds, all these commercial papers, all these short-term lending is done in money market. It is done in money market. Okay. What are mutual funds? Mutual funds we have done. Bari I have explained what is a mutual fund. A lot of people coming together, putting money and investing it via a mutual fund is basically they collect money from the public and invest on their behalf. It is called a mutual fund. One-sided market, a market that has potential sellers, only potential buyers, but not both. That means सब लोग बेचने आ गए, खरीदने वाला कोई है ही नहीं. It's a one-sided market. Everyone is selling, no one is buying. Everyone is buying, no one is selling. That is one-sided market. It creates a problem in the market, right? Out of the money. That means for call options, it means stock price is below the strike price. That means out of the money का मतलब simple है. आउट ऑफ द मनी का मतलब है जैसे हम कॉल ऑप्शन में देख रहे थे 20 रुपीज का है एंड इट इज 22, राइट? When if the price is 22, it is out of the money. It is out of the money. People will not buy it, right? It is out of the money. That call option is if it is at a price that the person will not exercise the call option, it is called out of the money, right? Simple है. Portfolio हम लोग कर चुके हैं. Chapter number 3 we understood what is a portfolio, all the different kinds of businesses a company does. Similarly, all the different shares, all the different companies I hold shares of, it is my portfolio, right? Pre-opening session क्या होता है? What is pre-opening session? Pre-opening session is simple, right? 9:30 से पहले 15 minutes आते हैं, right? एक 15 minutes आते हैं before the market opens, right? 9 a.m. to 9:15. In pre-open session, order entry, modification, cancellation takes place. जो बदला होता है ना, last दिन का जो बदला होता है, right? From the previous session we were doing बदला होता है, बदला pre-opening session में होता है. 9:30 बजे मार्केट शुरू हो जाती है, बट उससे पहले 9 to 9:15 we have pre-opening session, right? Price earning ratio क्या होता है? Price earning ratio is very simple. Price earning ratio is the market price of the share divided by the earning per share, right? You will study this in depth. In your accountancy. You would have studied this, right? Price earning ratio तो हमने पढ़ा है, which is your market price divided by earning per share. Earning per share क्या होता है? Earning per share is net profit after tax divided by number of equity shares, right? नंबर ऑफ इक्विटी शेयर से डिवाइड कर दो नेट प्रॉफिट को, आपका आ जाएगा अर्निंग पर शेयर। मार्केट प्राइस को डिवाइड कर दो अर्निंग पर शेयर से, तो आपका आ जाएगा प्राइस अर्निंग रेशियो। प्राइस अर्निंग रेशियो देख के यू कैन बाय एंड सेल शेयर्स। इट इज वन ऑफ अ गुड मेट्रिक्स टू अंडरस्टैंड whether the share is good or not. Okay. What is a put option? जैसे आपका कॉल ऑप्शन होता है वैसे ही आपका पुट ऑप्शन होता है, राइट? पुट ऑप्शन क्या होता है, कॉल ऑप्शन से डिफरेंट कैसे हो? हाउ इज अ पुट ऑप्शन डिफरेंट from a call option? In call option, the person anticipates the price to go up. In a put option, the person anticipates the price to go down, right? It is particular stock price going to fall. If you believe कि यार price गिरेगा, you take a put option. If you think the price बढ़ेगा, you take a call option. When you think the price will fall, you will take a put option. When you think the price will increase, you take a call option. When you think the price will fall, you take buy, sell, a put option. When you think the prices will rise, you go and buy a call option, right? What is return on investment? सबको पता है return on investment क्या होता है? The amount of money you earn by investing. I invested 100 rupees in a share. Today the share price is 110 rupees. My return on investment is 10 rupees. I earned on 100 rupees. 10% मेरा return on investment है, right? Return on investment is the money you earn on your total investment, is called return on investment. Risk क्या होता है? अभी risk समझाने की क्या जरूरत है? What is risk? Risk is the chance of your price falling, of your business flopping, of you making losses. It's risk, right? Risk क्या है? Basis on historical prices, the prices will fall, right? That is called a risk. Okay, Mahesh, very long question. Okay. 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 Sure, Mahesh. I don't think we can promote that or not, right? Probably that's something you can talk to people outside this thing. It's I'm not allowed to advertise your services, right? Consolidation is similar to partnership. No. Bankruptcy of any customer is based. Okay, we have done that, Pranjal. What? Okay. कोई bankruptcy हो गया, RBI bankruptcy. No, probably not all the banks. Some of the banks. Why we want the prices to fall in a put option? Because there's certain things that you want the prices to fall, right? सोने का प्राइस गिरेगा तो फायदा होगा, शेयर का प्राइस गिरेगा तो फायदा होगा, right? Not necessarily, Priyanka. Call option is for buyers, put option is for sellers. Not necessarily. Both options have buyers and sellers. Both the options are buyers and sellers. Put option के भी buyers होते हैं, right? And so let's say 20 rupees वाला example ही लेते हैं, right? So if I think the price will be 22 rupees, I think the price will be 22 rupees. आज 20 रुपए का है. I will take a call option. I will take a call option कि मुझे तो 20 रुपए का ही मिलेगा ना बॉस, समझो. If the price, I'll give you an example from that. Very simple concept. The price today is 20 rupees. If I think the price after 2 days will be 22 rupees, I am wanting the price to increase. I believe the price to increase. I will take a call option, right? I will take a call option. If the price is 22 rupees, I will still buy at 20 rupees. मैं तो 20 रुपए में ही खरीदूंगा. प्राइस 22 रुपए हो जाए, 23 रुपए हो जाए, 24 रुपए हो जाए, I do not care about the price. I will still buy at 20 rupees. Call option. The price today is 20 rupees. I think the price after 2 days will be 18 rupees, right? I will buy a put option. If the price is 22 rupees after 2 days, I will cancel the option. क्योंकि मुझे खरीदना ही नहीं है, right? If the price after 2 days is 17 rupees, I will still not buy this. Why? मैं 1 रुपये दूंगा, मुझे 17 रुपये मार्केट में मिलेगा. If it is 80, it is 19, I will go and buy at 18. I will say, ठीक है, मेरे को 18 rupees में बेच दो, right? That is what your put option is. So in the same scenario, you can buy any of those options, right? It is not necessary for a buyer or a seller, but it really depends on your anticipation of the prices. Okay. Very quickly, securities, shares, debentures, equity shares, सबको securities बोलते हैं, right? Strike price. In call option, put option, that 20 rupees is the strike price, right? Strike price is the price at which the option is executed. कि मैं आपको कितने पे बेचूंगा, whatever the price is, I will sell it to you at 20 rupees. That is a strike price. Okay. What is a stock? Stock is your share. Shares को stock बोलते हैं, right? It gives you an ownership in the company. It gives you an ownership percentage in the company. It's called stock. It's called security. What is stock split? Right? Stock split is basically an attempt to increase the number of outstanding shares. So let's say you have one share for 500 rupees. You say, okay, now I have two shares of 250 rupees each, right? तो आप stock split कर देते हो. What do? You do a stock split. Basically, 500 rupees का एक शेयर आप 250 के दो बना दो. That is called stock split, right? What is a thin market? What is a thin market? Thin market simple है. A market in which there are comparatively low number of bids to buy and offers to sell. थिन मार्केट का मतलब है जहां पे ज्यादा एक्शन नहीं होता है, राइट? सम मार्केट्स वेयर ज्यादा ट्रांजैक्शंस नहीं होते, द नंबर ऑफ ट्रांजैक्शंस आर वेरी लेस इन अ मार्केट, वी कॉल इट अ थिन मार्केट, राइट? ट्रेडिंग सेशन बेसिकली 9:15 to 9:30 है, but essentially if you look at 9:15 to 9:30 there are very high investors, big money investors control it. For more general people it starts from 9:30, right? So trading sessions, from your knowledge, you can remember it at from 9:15 to 3:30. But essentially for basic retailers, it generally starts at 9:30, right? But the session timings are 9:15 to 3:30, right? What is a venture capital? आजकल तो बहुत ज़्यादा सुन रहे हैं venture capital, startups में venture capital आ गया है. Venture capital is a form of private equity and type of financial that investors provide to startup companies, right? वेंचर कैपिटल इज बेसिकली सुपर रिच पीपल. जैसे आप मान लीजिए हल्दीराम्स, बीकानेर वाला, नेचुरल आइसक्रीम वाला, दीज ऑल रिच पीपल कम टुगेदर and they form a small venture fund. They say, ठीक है, all of us, let us put in 100 crores, we have 300 crores, now we will invest in startups. This is called venture capital. Okay, what is a yield? It is a return on investment. Yield is a return on investment का kind of form, which is a measure of return on investment in terms of percentages. Your return on investment in terms of percentages is called yield. If someone tells you आपके business की yield कितनी है, they are just asking your return on investment. Okay, yield to call, the rate of return earned on a bond, right, before its maturity date is called the return to yield. If you sell off your bond before it matures, so कंपनी ने 5 साल का बॉन्ड दिया, आप 3 साल बाद उसको किसी और को बेच दो, the amount of money you earn from that is called yield to call. Okay, very technical term, probably you'll understand more in SFM, more on a general thing आपको समझने के लिए कि what technical things are there in the market, right? जीरो कूपन बॉन्ड क्या होता है? जीरो कूपन बॉन्ड इज सिंपल, इसमें इंटरेस्ट रेट नहीं होता है. जीरो कूपन बॉन्ड इज सिंपल, देयर इज नो इंटरेस्ट रेट इन जीरो कूपन बॉन्ड, राइट? जीरो कूपन बॉन्ड में कोई इंटरेस्ट रेट नहीं होता है. इट इज बेसिकली the bond is for 1,000 rupees. I tell you, pay me 900 rupees today. After 5 years, I will give you 1,000 rupees. Okay, pay me 900 rupees today. After 5 years, I will pay you 1,000 rupees. तो मैं आपको 100 रुपए पे करूंगा 5 साल बाद. So that is a zero coupon bond. I am not giving any interest, but I will give you more than what you have paid me today. आपको ज्यादा पैसे एक साथ दूंगा, right? Interest नहीं दूंगा. There is no interest, but you pay 900 today. After 5 years, I will give you, let's say, 1,200 rupees. 300 रुपए एक्स्ट्रा दूंगा 5 साल, right? That is a zero coupon bond. That's a zero coupon bond. Okay, right? Money market is a market raise money for long duration. No, for short duration. Mahesh, probably on this portal, I'm really sorry. I, even if it's free and it will be helpful for others, I am bound by the laws to not promote any other service. Right? You will have to understand that much. Right? Okay. Okay. Bala Sanjita, the question is, ask an offer and bid because it's given in the book. Ask offer is the lowest price the owner is willing to sell and is the higher than the bid, right? And for it is given that the bid is the highest price is buyer is willing to pay. Absolutely same thing. So what? Think about this. What is the offer price? Offer price is the lowest price I'm ready to offer you. कि इससे नीचे I will not I will not ask or offer you this at lower than this. Think about a shopkeeper and your mother. Okay, so your shopkeeper, you go to a shop and your mother is buying a sari. Okay, now that sari is for, let's say, 2,000 rupees. The shopkeeper says the best I can do is 1,800 rupees. The offer price is 1800 rupees. Your mom says the bid price. She says 1700 is my bid price. I will not pay you more than 1700. That is her bid price, right? And the shopkeeper says, I will not give it to you for less than 1800. That is his offer price. Okay. Now understand and fix this example in your understanding. You'll get it, right? Yes, Ankit, that is right. Zero coupon bond is sold at discount and redeemed at par. Absolutely, yes, Anil. You're right. Kishan is saying risk है तो return है. Risk है तो risk है. That is what he says, right? Risk, more the risk, more the reward. Less the risk, less the reward. Depends on your personality, your choice, right? Okay. Let us go on to the next one, which is called marketing terminologies. ठीक है, market terminologies पढ़ते बड़ी फटाफट से हो जाएगा. ये तो हमको आता है. See, the financial technical terms are very difficult, but all other terms that we are going to study in the next 15 minutes, जल्दी से करना पड़ेगा, revision भी करना है, no problem. आज 10 मिनट extra लगेंगे तो लगा लेंगे, right? कोई बात नहीं, we'll take 10 minutes extra चलेगा, right? So let us quickly go into advertising campaign. What is advertising campaign? It's a program advertising. TV पे ad करेंगे. Alia Bhatt is coming. Kiara Advani is coming. Ranveer Singh is coming and doing these advertising campaigns. They're coming to malls. They're coming on the television, on social media, Instagram to video डालते. That's an advertising campaign. All that thing is called advertising campaign. What is advertising? Promoting the product is called advertising. We know what advertising is. After sale service क्या होता है? After sale service is also simple. What is after sale service? After sale services, सेल्स होने के बाद आप कुछ सर्विस देते हैं. दैट इज कॉल्ड आफ्टर सेल्स सर्विस. सेल्स होने के बाद यू गिव देम वारंटी, यू गिव देम फ्री सर्विसेज की गाड़ी होती है. लाइक फॉर कार्स, आफ्टर सेल सर्विसेज, you buy a car for the next 3 years, we will give you free service. After every 25,000 kilometers, 50,000 kilometers, you can come and get your car serviced. After sale service होता है, right? यहाँ पे भी एजेंट होता है, सेम. That is what we studied over. Agents होते हैं, sales agents होते हैं, right? People go and make sales to the shopkeepers or to the people. Sales agent. Barriers to trade क्या होता है? Barriers to trade होता है when a company does not allow the other company to do business, or it stops the other companies from doing business. Is called barriers to trade. Like, or the government wants to put a barrier to trade, like tax on imports, right? That is called barriers to trade. What is happening is a company is stopping other company from doing a business. A government is stopping some businesses from doing some business. That is called barriers to trade, like tax on import. Or in Bihar and Gujarat, there is barrier to trade on alcohol, right? Business करने से रोक रहे हैं. Then there are barriers to entry and exit, right? Barriers to entry and exit means when a company does not allow the other company to do or to compete with them through different tactics, like प्रोडक्ट डिफरेंशिएशन हो गया, कैपिटल रिक्वायरमेंट हो गया, इकोनॉमीज ऑफ स्केल से करते हैं, डिसएडवांटेज ऑफ साइज. नाउ कोका कोला एंड पेप्सी इतना बड़ा है that other soft drink companies are not able to enter that competitive market because they have distribution, they have economies of scale. The cost of Pepsi to make Pepsi is 2 rupees and they sell it for 30 rupees. The cost of Coca-Cola making Coca-Cola, that bottle is let's say 2 rupees, और वो बेच 35-40 rupees के रहे हैं. I want to start a soft drink company. मुझे the cost of creating that bottle will be 30 rupees. मुझे बेचना पड़ेगा 70 रुपए में. I cannot compete with Coca-Cola and Pepsi, right? So that is called barriers to entry and exit. Benchmarking. Benchmarking means comparing. Benchmark करना means होता है I compare. If I want to understand I am doing right or wrong, if I'm successful or not, I do benchmarking. Benchmarking means I compare. अच्छा, so all my competitors are making 20% profit. I am making 30% profit. That means I am successful than my competitors. I'm benchmarking. Okay. What is a brand? Brand तो हमें पता ही है brand क्या होता है, right? It's a specific type of product form. It's a brand image that you have, right? What is brand equity? The value of your brand is called brand equity. It's an intangible asset. Your brand value is your intangible asset. It is called brand equity, right? Brand loyalty क्या होता है? Brand loyalty is when the customers are loyal to your brand. So your parents, if are only buying Patanjali products, or your brothers and sisters are only eating one type of noodles, आप मैगी नहीं खाते हो, आप सिर्फ जिप्पी खाते हो, या आप सिर्फ टॉप रेमन खाते हो, या आप सिर्फ वाई वाई खाते हो, or you only eat Maggi, you do not eat any other instant noodles. That is brand loyalty. You're loyal to that brand, right? Brand recognition, it is the customer's awareness. Brand recognition of, let's say, Ranveer Singh or Ranveer Kapoor or Alia Bhatt. This is brand recognition. People recognize you, right? People start recognizing you into a particular character. So when a Ranveer Singh is on the stage, people know he must nachega gayega, right? So this is brand recognition. Or when there is Ranveer Kapoor on the stage, they know thoda sa romantic hoga sab kuch, right? So it's a brand recognition. There is an awareness about the brand by the general public, right? What is the business model? Business model का मतलब simple है. How does a business earn money? Business model का simple मतलब है how does a business earn money? What is the way business earns money? धंधा क्या है? If you have watched Shark Tank, this is what Ashneer Grover tells you. भाई पैसा कैसे कमाता है business? How does your money earn money? That is business model. Okay. What is a business portfolio? What are the different kinds of businesses your business does is called business portfolio, right? Business to business is called B2B, right? B2B business. Yes, you're selling your business, your products to other businesses. You're not selling it to direct customers. If you're selling your products and services directly to some other businesses, it is called B2B. It is called business to business. What is buying behavior? Buying behavior concerns the process कि कस्टमर का बिहेवियर क्या है. कस्टमर गर्मियों में खरीदता है, सर्दियों में खरीदता है. इज द कस्टमर बाइंग इन द विंटर्स? इज द कस्टमर बाइंग इन द समर्स? इज कस्टमर बाइंग दिस ऑन द रोड? कस्टमर इज बाइंग दिस इन द मॉल? Customer is buying this in Delhi, Mumbai, Bangalore, Hyderabad, Chennai, Kolkata, or customer is buying this in Indore, Bhopal? Is he or she buying it in Gandhinagar, Ahmedabad, or they buying at a beach location? Are they buying at a hilly location? कहाँ पे ज्यादा खरीद रहे हैं, कैसे खरीद रहे हैं, कौन खरीद रहे हैं? More old people are buying, more young people are buying. That is called buying behavior, right? कैश डिस्काउंट क्या होता है? सबको पता है कैश डिस्काउंट क्या होता है. इट्स अ डिस्काउंट 100 रुपए का माल 90 रुपए में, राइट? So you are selling your product at a discount is called cash discount. Competitive advantage is something that you do different from your competitor. It is called competitive advantage. Something that you do different from your competition is called your competitive advantage. Competitive position, that means you are better than your competition, is called you have a better competitive position. Simple English है, right? Conglomerate diversification. Conglomerate हम पढ़ चुके हैं चैप्टर 3 में. टाटा के बारे में भी स्टडीड इज कॉन्ग्लोमरेट. विप्रो इज अ कॉन्ग्लोमरेट, राइट? वी स्टडीड ऑल दीज कंपनीज आर कॉन्ग्लोमरेट, right? They do different unrelated businesses, right? Conglomerate diversification means you do unrelated businesses, right? That is called conglomerate diversification. What is consortium? Consortium भी पढ़ा है हमने, right? Consortium भी पढ़ा है. Consortium is a combination of several companies working together, right? Several companies एक साथ आके कुछ प्रोजेक्ट पे काम करते हैं. It is called consortium, right? Consumer markets, we know we all are part of consumer markets, right? We are all part of consumer market. If consumer market बोलते हैं, the consumers are buying goods and services. What is corporate culture? Corporate culture is the company's value. A company का belief system, company's values, company's principles, a business's traditions, the way of operating, how it does business, what kind of culture is there in the company. Are employees happy? Are employees not happy? What is the kind of culture? Ethical company है, चोर company है, अच्छी company है, बुरी company है. That's corporate culture, right? Cross-selling. Cross-selling is using customers' buying history to select them from related offers, right? For cross-selling is a very important concept. Cross-selling क्या होता है? You buy a car, they tell them कि सर 50,000 में म्यूजिक सिस्टम लगा, right? Cross-selling. You buy a car and they tell you that music system 50,000 का सर, we'll give it to you for 30,000. आप 10 लाख की गाड़ी खरीद रहे, you're buying a car for 10 lakh rupees. This 50,000 का music system, I'll give it to you for 30,000, लगवा लो, right? So you're making cross-selling. You're selling your product. You're selling more products to existing customers, right? That is called cross-selling. Customer demand हमको पता है क्या होता है. Customer loyalty, we just studied. Brand loyalty, same as customer loyalty. What is customer need? We know what is customer need, right? Customer need हमको पता है. Customer satisfaction, we know if the customer is happy with your product and service, that is called customer satisfaction. Customer की want क्या है? The desire for a specific product or service. Simple English, right? Differentiation क्या है? Differentiation is doing something unique in your product. कुछ नया यूनिक लेके आ जाते हैं अपने प्रोडक्ट में. इट इज कॉल्ड डिफरेंशिएशन. फॉर एग्जांपल आईफोन डज अ लॉट ऑफ डिफरेंशिएशन. फिंगरप्रिंट स्कैनर ले आओ, रेटिना डिस्प्ले ले आओ, रेटिना पासवर्ड ले आओ, देन 3 कैमरास एट द बैक, सब कॉपी करने लगते हैं. Like iPhone started with 3 cameras. Now everyone is giving 3 tera cameras at the back of the phone. Differentiation. You're doing something unique in your product, right? डायरेक्ट मार्केटिंग इज इंक्लूडिंग आपको ईमेल आता है, आपको एसएमएस आता है 30% ऑफ, जोमेटो का नोटिफिकेशन आता है, स्विगी का नोटिफिकेशन आता है, अरे भूख लग रही है बिरयानी मंगवा लो. दैट इज डायरेक्ट सेलिंग, राइट? दे सेलिंग यू डायरेक्टली, दे आर पुशिंग देयर प्रोडक्ट टू यू डायरेक्टली, राइट? डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन चैनल क्या है? डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन चैनल सिंपल है, like distributing your products across the country. It's called distribution channel. Trucks hai, shops hai, retailers hai. Now Lay's का पैकेट, Lay's के chips are there everywhere in the country. कहीं भी जाओगे आपको chips तो मिल जाएंगे. That is their distribution channel, right? Diversification we just studied. Conglomerate diversification means spreading your goods and services. Is called diversification. Doing new businesses. E-commerce. Flipkart, Amazon is e-commerce. We know e-commerce क्या है, right? Electronic commerce. These are marketplaces on the internet जहाँ पे जाके आप goods and services you can buy and sell. That is your e-commerce. Economy of scale. Economy of scale is when you increase our units produced, but your cost remains the same, right? 1,000 रुपए में, if you're making 10,000 units in 10,000 rupees, that means 1 rupee per unit. If you're making 20,000 units in the same 10,000 rupees, your cost is 0.5 rupees per unit, right? That is called economy of scale. When your production increases, your per unit cost falls. When your production increases, your per unit cost falls. That is called economy of scale. External environment, इससे ज्यादा तो हमने आज तक कभी एक्सटर्नल एनवायरमेंट पढ़ा ही नहीं है. चैप्टर 2 तो पूरा एक्सटर्नल एनवायरमेंट था, राइट? FMCG, you guys have asked me multiple times what is FMCG. What is FMCG? Fast moving consumer goods, right? Soap, तेल, राशन, टूथपेस्ट, जैम, केचप, पैक जूस, रेडी मीट, baked beans, chips, Pepsi, ये सब fast moving consumer goods हैं, right? What is forecasting? Forecasting means estimating future demands. आज 10,000 people buy my product. After 2 years, I want 1 lakh people. I think 1 lakh people will buy my product. That is forecasting. Right? Innovators. We know what innovators are. Innovation, bringing something new, developing, creating something new is innovation. And people who do that are called innovators. Internal marketing. What is internal marketing? It happens in a number of levels, right? Increasing awareness of individual products and marketing to overall business strategy. Internal marketing is you tell your own employees पहले तो कि हमारा business क्या है, what are the different products we have. When you explain your own business and products to your own employees, उनको तो पता होना चाहिए वो बेच क्या रहे हैं. That is called internal marketing. Your own employees should know कि भाई हम काम क्या करते हैं, बेचते क्या है, what do we sell as a company. That is their awareness, and that is called internal marketing, right? Joint venture we have done multiple times. Long-term objectives we have also done. Objectives which are long term, जो future related है, 2 से 3 साल लंबे हैं. What to do after 2 years? Where do you see yourself after 5 years? That is long term objective, right? Market development, it is a process. Market development is you're creating a new market. Let's say whey protein. अभी सब लोग जिम जाने लगे. Gym is a market development. पहले हमारे मम्मी पापा के जमाने में there was no gym, right? There was no gymming. You would have never seen your parents going to a gym when they were 20-30 years old. अभी सब लोग जिम जाते हैं. That is market development. A new market is developed. New kind of customer behavior is developed. That is market development, right? Market entry. New launch of a new product into an existing market is market entry. That means new people coming into an existing market is called market entry. They are entering the market. Market leader, simple English. Market positioning, simple English. What is your position? Are you the first? Are you the biggest player? Are you second player, third player, fourth player, fifth player, 10th player, 100th player? Chapter 3 में ranking देखा था, market position, right? 580th rank in the world in the Forbes list. Market positioning है वो, right? Market research क्या होता है? Understanding the market is called market research. Who are my customers? किसको बेचना है? किस price पे बेचना है? What is the price I have to sell this at? Whom do I have to sell this to? Market research. Market segmentation, dividing your entire market into, let's say 10 to 15 years, 15 to 30 wale, 30 to 40 wale, 40 to 50 wale. I am dividing my entire market and then selling to them. It's called market segmentation, right? Market share we have studied. Market share हमने पढ़ा है. What is market share? कि how much percentage of market your business covers, right? Market targeting, again, किसको बेचना है is market targeting. What is marketing? We know it includes advertisement, it includes packaging, marketing, the 4 P's of marketing, right? We know what are the 4 P's. Product, price, 11, 12 में पढ़ा है. Product, price, place, promotion, that is marketing. You have to design your product, you have to sell your product, you have to advertise your product. All of that is marketing. वही नीचे है marketing mix, the 4 P's of marketing: product, price, place, and promotion. Right? What is a marketing plan? How you plan to do these 4 P's? How you plan to do these 4 P's, product, price, place, promotion, is called marketing plan. Right? Mass marketing is एक साथ बहुत सारे लोगों तक पहुंचना, like through television, radio, newspaper, Instagram. आजकल like if you advertise on Instagram, you directly reach to 1 lakh people. और through newspaper, through television, तारक मेहता के टाइम आप ऐड करो रात को 8:30 बजे, if you are advertising during तारक मेहता का उल्टा चश्मा, so 5 crore people are watching तारक मेहता, so 5 lakh people that you are reaching, you're availing your product. Right? Merger हमने पढ़ लिया है, when one company merges with another, एक कंपनी दूसरी कंपनी के साथ मिल जाती है, that is a merger. एक कंपनी दूसरी कंपनी को खा लेती है, it's an acquisition. Right? What is the mission? Chapter 3 में पढ़ लिया है mission क्या होता है. What is niche marketing? Niche marketing refers to exploiting smaller market segments. Right? Niche market क्या होता है? For example, you go to a boutique, right? You will see a lot of boutiques जहाँ पे 1 लाख रुपए का लहंगा है, 2 लाख रुपए का लहंगा है. The lehengas, your all those lehengas are for 1 lakh, 2 lakh, 3 lakh. That is niche marketing. They are focusing on ultra rich people. They are focusing on very rich people. उनको आपको मेरे को बेचना ही नहीं. They do not want to sell their lehengas to you and me. We cannot afford 1 lakh, 2 lakh rupees ka lehenga, right? Only those people who can afford, that is their market. That is called niche marketing. They are only focusing on a certain group of people as their market, not everyone, right? Opportunity, अभी opportunity समझाने की चीज है क्या, right? Personal selling. Personal selling is door to door. घंटी बजती थी पहले. Remember, people used to come at your place. That is personal selling, right? Then preemptive pricing is strategy was setting low prices in order to discourage. Jio ने preemptive pricing करी. 5 रुपए में 10 GB data, 10 rupees में 20 GB data. That is preemptive pricing. Strategy involves setting low prices in order to discourage or deter potential new entrants into your market. Right? What is a price? Price तो हमको पता ही है जो price होता है. What is price discrimination? That means price discrimination. Classic example is popcorn. आप सड़क पे, you go and buy popcorn on the road, it is for 20-30 rupees. If you buy popcorn in a PVR or in a movie theater, popcorn price is 200-300 रुपए का. It's the same product. It's the same product. Act 2 का popcorn ही PVR बेच रहा है for 300 rupees. That Act 2 का popcorn you will buy on the road for 20 rupees. Right? It is price discrimination. The people, the businesses are discriminating the prices, right, for the same product. Right? जैसे आपको water bottle in the shopping malls and cinema halls, right? आपकी water bottle आप shopping mall में जाओगे 50 रुपए की डिस्लेरी है, बाहर वो 20 रुपए की. Right? That is called price discrimination. Price elasticity of demand. Price increases, demand falls. Price falls, demand increases. If the price falls, more people will buy. If the price increases, less people will buy. Price elasticity of demand. Price sensitivity, same hai. If the price falls, what is its effect on the consumers? If the price increases, what is its effect on the consumers? It is called price sensitivity. What is price skimming? Right? Preemptive का उल्टा है price skimming. Charging very high prices for a product when in the beginning, right? एक अपनी brand value बनाने के लिए बड़ा महंगा बेचते हैं, right? So you see a lot of drinks, ऐसे you will see Diwali पे you will have all these drinks, उनके ऊपर से लिखा रहता है it is coming from Dubai. 200 rupees for 250 ml of watermelon juice. 250 रुपए का watermelon juice, उसके ऊपर उर्दू Arabic लिख दो, it is from Dubai, right? So this is price skimming. You're creating a brand कि अरे imported goods है, this will be for 250 rupees, 250 ml. That is price skimming. It's a pricing technique to create an environment in the heads of the consumer कि अरे वाह कितना imported product है, right? What is publicity? You know what is publicity, right? सारे celebrities, politicians, they want publicity, right? Sales promotion. We know what a sales promotion is. Free samples दे दो, PR activity, arranging demonstration exhibitions पे होता है, right? Setting up competitions with attractive prizes. वहाँ पे बहुत सारे shows करते हैं. टाटा IPL sales promotion है. टाटा IPL टाटा का क्या लेना देना क्रिकेट से, but it is टाटा IPL. So sales promotion, right? Short term objectives. जैसे long term objectives are for 3-5 years. Short term objectives are next 3 years or next 3 months, next 1 year. That is short term objective. Stakeholder. People who are concerned with your business are called stakeholders. जैसे banks हो गए, shareholders हो गए, board of members हो गए, employees हो गए, board of directors हो गए. Stakeholders are people who are concerned with your business. Strength, you know what is strength. Target marketing ऊपर हो चुका है. Telemarketing, using telephone, आपको call आ रहा है, sir, health insurance ले लो, sir, get your full body checkup at 999 rupees, 200 tests we will do at 999. That is telemarketing, right? What is test marketing? Test marketing is you new product to a small people को देखिए आप test करते हो, what is their reaction, right? You will go to malls, people are there in tray में nachos लेके different chips लेके कहते सर टेस्ट करके बताइए नई सॉस आई है, there is a new kind of a ketchup, there is a new sauce, test and tell us how you like it, and just they will teach your feedback. That is test marketing, right? Threats हमको पता है, the threats in the market, the things that can ruin our business, right? USP, what is unique selling proposition? What is so unique about your product that other businesses, other products do not have, right? That is called unique selling proposition. What is so unique about you? What is so unique about your product that other products do not have is called unique selling proposition, right? Okay. No, we even if the session goes for 10-15 minutes, ऊपर आज we'll do that. करना है तो करना ही, right? Even if it goes 10-15 minutes ऊपर, we will do that, right? But अब I think banking terminology भी फटाफट से कर लेंगे. ज़्यादा कुछ इसमें है नहीं. You guys know what that we have, but we'll do the revision test anyway for sure. But I think we have अभी 15 minutes, तो cover हो जाएगा. काफी कुछ cover हो जाएगा. We'll take test 10-15 minutes ऊपर होंगे, we'll do that, right? Okay, business model. Samir, अभी chapter खत्म करके we'll discuss that. Okay. Any other conceptual questions? Okay. Competition is a part of benchmark. Yes, absolutely yes. Great. Okay. Sure. Differentiation and USP are the same, somewhat yes. So आपका differentiation creates a USP. Okay. So your differentiation creates a USP. Your unique selling proposition is your differentiation, right? You're absolutely right, Nikhil. Merger and amalgamation and one and the same thing, they're very close to each other, right? For now, you can understand they're one and the same thing. But at intermediate and at final level, you will understand there is very slight difference between the two. Abhi samjhoge you'll get confused, but for now, understand it's somewhat at the same thing, right? Very, very slight difference in definition from accounting perspective. Cool. Let us go on very quickly to the banking terminology. फटाफट से कर लेंगे. Common है, you would know a lot of things. A lot of things repeat होंगी. बहुत सारी चीजें you would already know. Okay. Acceptance, right? The banker's acceptance is signed instrument of acknowledgement, right? वो approve करते कि हाँ मैंने आपके agreement को accept कर दिया. Simple English. What is acceptance? They are giving a loan. There is a terms and conditions. They accept it. You accept it. It is acceptance. Accepting house क्या होता है? There is a what do I say? Department within the banks. There is a department within the banks which accepts these terms and conditions. The work is to accept these terms and conditions, right? It is an accepting house. It's an accepting house, right? Account balance. बैंक में कितना पैसा बढ़ा, that is account balance, जो कि सबका हमेशा ही कम होता है, which is low for everyone forever, right? The pure middle class problem, the bank balance is always low, right? What is accrued interest? Accrued interest is the interest which is not yet paid to you, right? अभी आपको पे नहीं हुआ है, accumulate हो रहा है. It's an accrued interest. So let's say the bank has to pay you interest every 3 months, but they're saying कि हम आपको देंगे 1 साल बाद, right? Every 3 months we will keep accumulating it with us. 1 साल बाद आपको पूरा देंगे. So that is your accrued interest. It is, you have earned that interest, but it is not yet paid to you, right? That is called accrued interest. Administered rates, right? Bank अपने charges लगाता है, right? It's the rate of interest which are charged contractually by the lender. Administered rates are your बैंक लोन के ऊपर कुछ interest rate लगता है, उसको administered rates भी बोलते हैं. That these are the rate that the bank is charging on a loan, right? ADR, American Depository Receipt, also known as, is a depository receipt which is equal to specific number of shares of a company that have been issued in a foreign country, right? So American depository receipts is basically आप foreign company में जब invest करते हो, when you invest your money in a foreign company, then banks help you get ADR, which is American depository receipt, which tells you कि हाँ आपने अमेरिका में पैसा लगाया हुआ है. It's a receipt, it's a bill, it's a document which tells you कि हाँ आपने you have deposited, you have invested money in USA. Okay? That is American depository receipt. Annuity हमने पढ़ लिया. What is annuity? Automated clearing house. Okay, now up check डालते, when we drop a check, you drop an electronic clearing house is there which tells okay everything in the check matches, there is balance in the bank account. Okay, if the check is okay for transfer, you can transfer this money to the bank account which is mentioned on the check, right? That is called automated clearing house. ATM, automated teller machine, ये तो सबको पता है. ATM machine का full form is automated teller machine. ATM card, you put in a card, you swipe out, you get a cash from the ATM machine. That is automated teller machines, right? Balance transfer, ये समझाने की जरूरत थोड़ी ना. बैलेंस ट्रांसफर एक बैंक अकाउंट से दूसरे बैंक अकाउंट. व्हाट इज अ बैंक अकाउंट, व्हाट इज अ बैंक रेट वी हैव डन, व्हाट इज बेसिस पॉइंट्स वी हैव डन. 1 basis point is equal to, or 100 basis points is equal to 1%, right? What is a bounce check? A check when there is insufficient balance. You give a check to someone else, like your Tarak Mehta mein there is Sundar Veera, right? Most of these checks are bounce checks. There is no money in the bank, just writing a check, हाँ मेरे बैंक से take 10,000 rupees, right? बैंक में पैसा ही नहीं है. Check will bounce. That means check will not be accepted, and that is a crime. It's a criminal offense in India. If your check bounces, you can be sent to jail. It is a criminal offense in India, right? आप तभी check दो किसी को if there is balance in your bank. Okay. What is bridge financing? Bridge financing, simple. Bridge financing is also known as gap financing. So let's say I take a loan from January. मैंने January से April का loan लिया, right? I took a loan from January to April, and I also took a loan from May to August. Okay. 3 महीने का पहले लिया, 3 महीने का अभी लिया. So what will happen? Now there will be a gap, right? There will be a gap, and to fill that gap of 1 month, April और May के बीच में मेरे पास कोई loan नहीं है, but I want money. So what I'll do is I'll do bridge financing. Right? That is your accepting house similar to clearing house. Yes. Okay. That is called bridge financing. You're financing your gaps in the time interval, right? What is cap? Cap is the limit, maximum limit को बोलते हैं cap, right? It regulates the increase and decreasing rate of interest and installments. So if I say the maximum cap, if I say the cap on the interest rate is 10%, that means the bank cannot charge more than 10% on its loans. 8% ले, 9% ले, 7% ले, it's their wish. But they cannot take more than 10%. So I say there is a cap at 10%. Cap means there is the upper limit. It's an upper limit at the rate of interest. It is called cap. Cashier's check is a kind of a check that you can go to a bank and take cash. Okay. Cash reserve, CRR. We know what is CRR. CRR is cash reserve. Certificate of deposit. When you deposit money in the bank, you get a certificate of deposit. Simple English, right? Check हमको पता है क्या होता है. Clearing, we just said what is clearing house. If the check is, everything is right in the check, they clear it and say हाँ ठीक है transfer कर दो. That is a clearing house. Check होता है, check की clearing होती है. Clearing is done by clearing house. That everything is okay in the check, transfer the money, right? Okay, compound interest क्या होता है? We know what is compound interest. Interest on interest is called compound interest. Interest on interest is called compound interest. Debit card क्या होता है? We all know what is a debit card, right? Deposit slip क्या होता है? Deposit slip is when you deposit money in the bank, आपको ऐसे deposit slip जाके बैंक में भरनी पड़ती है, right? My name is this, my account number is this, I'm depositing 20,000 rupees, 5 notes of 2,000 rupees, 2 notes of 500 rupees, 100 notes of 100 rupees करके ऐसा पूरा you fill in the deposit slip, right? Depositor is the person who is depositing money in the bank, is a depositor, right? Debt settlement क्या होता है? Debt settlement is basically when you pay out your debt, like debtors अब बैंक में जब settle कर देते हैं, they negotiate and say ठीक है, अभी debt settlement क्या हो रहा है? I had to pay 10,000 to a bank, but I say boss, I do not have 10,000 rupees, I have 9,300 rupees, right? You take 9,300 and settle. मतलब मेरे पास और पैसा नहीं है. I cannot pay entire money, but I can pay you 9,300 rupees. So the bank says okay, then pay 9,300 and I'll settle this. अब loss 0 मिलने से अच्छा 9,000 रुपए मिल जाए. right? It's better to get 9,300 than getting nothing from you. So that is called debt settlement. Debt को settle कर देते हैं, right? Debt repayment is when you repay the loan to the bank. It is called debt repayment. Debt recovery is जब bad debt बन जाते हैं, right? Bad debt कभी 2-3 साल बाद आके पैसा दे देता है. That is called debt recovery. If a bad debt is coming after 2-3 years, जिससे उम्मीद ही नहीं थी, you had lost all hope that this person is going to give money to you. Your friend, you gave 1,000 rupees, उसने कहा नहीं नहीं अब मैं पैसे नहीं दे रहा. That is a bad debt. But after 3 months, he says, like, I have money now. This is your 1,000 rupees. This is debt recovery. अपना recover हो गया, right? E-cash. E-cash is your digital currency. It's the technology. Early withdrawal penalty. So what is happening is early withdrawal penalty में क्या होता है? If you withdraw money before you are asked to, right? So you tell the bank, I will not withdraw money for the next 6 months. So bank से ठीक है, इसके ऊपर हम लोन दे देंगे आगे. But after 2 months you come and say नहीं नहीं मुझे तो पैसा दे दो, मेरे को मेरा पैसा चाहिए. So bank says now आपको penalty लगेगा because we had given this money to someone else and you said you will not withdraw this money, right? Earnest money deposit is token money. जब घर खरीदते हैं you give a token money, right? You give a certain money and tell them कि ठीक है we will buy this after 6 months or 1 year, but we are booking this thing. When you do some booking, reservation करते हो, booking करते हो, hotel की booking करते हो, and you say ठीक है we will stay for 3 days. I am sending you advance money of 1 day to just book our booking, right? ताकि किसी और को मत दे देना. That is called earnest money deposit. That is called earnest money deposit. Expiration date, सबको पता what is. Education loan. Guarantor is the person who says if you are not able to repay the loan, I will repay the loan on your behalf, like your father, your mother, your elder sister, your elder brother, or anyone else, right? They can become your guarantor. If he or she does not pay the loan, come to us, we will repay. So they are your guarantors, right? ऐसा भी होता है, बैंक बोलते हैं guarantor दो. If you don't repay, who will give my money? So you say ठीक है, if I don't pay, my father will pay, or my mother will pay, or my sister will pay, or my brother will pay. Right? So they become your guarantor, right? Installment contracts, आपको पता है installment contract क्या होता है यार? Annuities में we have these installments, EMIs, right? That is your installment contract, right? Interest rate कितनी बार पढ़ लिया? Internet banking on the internet, you go to your website. Letter of credit is for export and import, right? So letter of credit is bank gives letter of credit to exporters, sellers, or like exporters and importers, which says कि I am giving instant money. It's a letter of credit. अगर ये पैसा नहीं दे पाए, there is a letter of credit. The bank will pay them. Bank pays some money as a loan, and then also if they are not able to, whenever you want any money, come to us. We'll pay that money and charge interest from you. It's a letter of credit. एक letter दे दी कि जब भी पैसा चाहिए हो आके ले लेना, right? But we will charge interest on it. That is letter of credit. Lock-in period is basically you cannot sell those shares. You cannot sell that money, or you cannot use that asset for a certain period of time. It is called lock-in period, right? So let's say I sell you my shares and I say lock-in period. I'll give you a classic example, okay? So let's say I get into a contract and get into a business, and they say ठीक है, if you do a business with us, you cannot leave the company for 6 months. It's a lock-in period. 6 महीने के बाद you can go wherever you want. 6 महीने तक you cannot go anywhere. That is a lock-in period. Similarly, businesses में, banks में होता है that there is a lock-in period, right? It is given to the lender that there will be no change in the quoted mortgage rate. आपने घर गिरवी पे रख दिया. So what I take a loan on my house. I say कि अगर मैं लोन नहीं कर पाया, sell off my house and take money. पीछे से मैं अपना घर ही बेच दूँ, तो बैंक तो कहेगा भैया क्या हो गया ये मेरे साथ, right? So what bank says is there is a lock-in period. So you cannot sell or do any transaction related to your house until the loan is repaid. There is a lock-in period. Okay. Mortgage is वही गिरवी रखना. Collateral is called mortgage, right? Maturity, you know what is a maturity period. Market value हमने पढ़ लिया. What is a market value? Online banking, internet banking, online banking, one and the same thing, right? Overdraft. So you have 1,000 rupees in the bank, and bank says कोई बात नहीं, आप 1,200 रुपए खर्च लो, right? That is overdraft. So the bank is giving you more money than you have in the bank. आपके बैंक अकाउंट में 1,000 rupees है, but you want to spend 1,200 rupees instantly, आपको कोई जरूरत है, so bank gives you an overdraft. More money than you have in the bank is ready to give you for interest, obviously, right? Payee and payer. The person who pays the money is called payer. To whom the money is paid is called a payee, right? पिन नंबर होता है, पर्सनल आइडेंटिफिकेशन नंबर, एटीएम में जाके पिन नंबर डालते हैं, राइट? रेपो रेट पढ़ लिया, रिवर्स रेपो रेट पढ़ लिया, वी हैव डन दैट। स्मार्ट कार्ड्स, वी नो व्हाट आर स्मार्ट कार्ड्स, मेट्रो के। सिंडिकेट लोन क्या होता है? विजय माल्या केस इज अ सिंडिकेट लोन, when 2, 3, 4, 5 banks come together and give loan. There is a very huge loan of, let's say, 30,000 crores. So Canara Bank, SBI, HDFC, ICICI, Punjab Bank, पांचों आते हैं, they say ठीक है, we will give, मिलके we will give a loan. SBI says, okay, out of 30,000, I will give 5,000. Canada says, I will give 7,000. Punjab says, okay, I will give 11,000. I will give. Then HDFC के 3,000 मैं दे दूंगा. ICICI says, ठीक है, बाकी balance I will give as a loan. Right? It is called a syndicated loan. Different banks come together to give a very big amount of loan. Right? Time deposit, FD, fixed deposit को बोलते हैं time deposit. Value at risk is the sum of portion that is at stake in the business at loss due to variation in interest rate. It is called value at risk. राइट? बैंक के लिए वैल्यू एट रिस्क होता है। लेट्स से हमने लोन दिया हुआ है लोगों को 7% पे, बट अब इंटरेस्ट लोन बढ़ के 9% हो गया, तो मेरे लिए तो ये वैल्यू एट रिस्क है, राइट? पीपल आर स्टिल पेइंग इंटरेस्ट एट 7%, बट अब वॉर हो गई, इंटरेस्ट रेट बढ़ गया, कोविड आ गया। इफ आई हैड टेकन अ होम लोन इन 2017, माय इंटरेस्ट रेट वाज लेट्स से 7%। अभी कोविड आ गया, वॉर हो गई ना, इंटरेस्ट रेट इज गोइंग टू लेट्स से 9%, मैं तो 7% पे ही लोन दे रहा हूँ भाई। So for bank, it's a value at risk, right? Wholesale banking, right? Wholesale banking is for banking for the businesses is called wholesale banking, right? Zero balance account. It's an account where the minimum balance can be kept as zero for female, your young females, for poor people, for farmers. This is the benefit that you. Otherwise, bank में zero balance कभी नहीं हो सकता. You know this, right? In a bank, you have to keep, let's say, 1,000 rupees or 5,000 rupees at any given point in time. अगर जीरो बैलेंस होगा तो बैंक चार्जेस अ पेनल्टी फ्रॉम यू कि भाई थोड़ा पैसा डाल के रखो, राइट? जीरो डाउन पेमेंट मॉर्गेज, दैट मींस आपका आता है ना जीरो डाउन पेमेंट, सारा लोन ले लो, जीरो ईएमआई, फ्लिपकार्ट पे जाओगे, अमेजन पे जाओगे, जीरो ईएमआई, बाय अ कार एट जीरो डाउन पेमेंट, दैट इज कॉल्ड जीरो डाउन पेमेंट मॉर्गेज। इट्स अ वेरी क्लासिक इंस्ट्रूमेंट बाय बैंक्स जहाँ पे वो कहते हैं कि आप डाउन पेमेंट मत दो, आप सिर्फ ईएमआई भरना, which is actually a higher rate of interest than the normal loan, right? It depends. In a syndicated loan, आपका rate of interest, all the 5 banks will decide and give it to them, right? एक weighted average निकाल के ICICI से कहते हैं 11%, पंजाब से 12%, SBI से 9%, weighted average निकाल के एक rate of interest आता है, then they give that to the company, right? In syndicated. Very quickly चलते हैं other business terminology पे भी, right? I think we are already at 1 o'clock. कोई बात नहीं, 5 मिनट में बिजनेस टर्मिनोलॉजी करते हैं एंड 10 मिनट्स में क्वेश्चंस करेंगे. We will have to थोड़ा सा extend 15 minutes, but we'll do that. Okay. Acquisition, we know acquisition क्या होता है, when one company is acquired, पूरा खा गई उसको, that is called acquisition. Bankruptcy is when you cannot repay your loans, a position where you cannot you have no money left to repay your loans, that is called bankruptcy, right? Bottom line means profit. When in a financial statement, income statement में क्या होता है, we call it a bottom line. Top line means sales revenue, gross revenue कितना है उसको बोलते हैं top line. Bottom line is net profits. Net profits को in business language we call bottom line. Net profits are called bottom line. Your revenues are called top line. Okay. Business environment. We have studied business environment, external, internal. Business facilitators, RBI, SEBI, NABARD, सब पढ़ लिया business facilitators. Corporate forms of business organization we have done. Sole proprietorship, LLP, partnership. Corporate governance क्या होता है? Corporate governance is a mechanism in companies by Companies Act. So Companies Act में corporate governance का mechanism दिया है so that the companies are functioning in the right way to ensure that the companies do not fraud, so that the companies are not doing unethical business, चोरी चकारी नहीं कर रहे हैं, scam नहीं कर रहे हैं, fraud नहीं कर रहे हैं, right? They are treating their employees in the right way, they are doing the business in the right way, the books of accounts are maintained in the right way, they are following the rules of the Companies Act, they are maintaining Income Tax Act के rules and compliances. Ministry of Corporate Affairs का सब काम ठीक से अब compliance कर रहे हैं या नहीं, उसके लिए there is a mechanism called corporate governance, which has been introduced by Companies Act, and every company which is falling under that eligible criteria, एक eligibility criteria, they have to do this, right? Electronic commerce, e-commerce, हमको पता है, Meesho, Flipkart, Amazon, all these are electronic e-commerce. electronic filing, all your income tax filing, GST, everything is done electronically. That is called electronic filing, right? It's called e-filing, incometaxefiling.com. That is what we do. Globalization, we have done globalization, FDI, IFDI, OFDI, FII, right? Globalization pada tha under LPG 1992, liberalization, privatization, globalization. What is goodwill? Goodwill is the value of your business. It's an intangible asset. It's the goodwill of the business. It is the value which people or your business has created more than the asset. Your asset is for 100 rupees, but look at the नहीं यार आपको 200 रुपए लो. आप कंपनी इतनी अच्छी कंपनी है 100 रुपए का आपकी. If your total value of the business is 100, I'm ready to pay 120 rupees. That 20 rupees is your goodwill because that is the value. I think your business is fantastic. आपके 100 रुपए में आप में से 120 rupees दो. That is called goodwill, right? Infrastructure क्या होता है? Roads, buildings, supplies, electricity, water. All this is infrastructure. Joint products, byproducts. What are joint products and byproducts? Joint products are joint products. Two or more products separated in the course of the same process, right? एक ही चीज बन गई, उससे दो चीजें बन गई. पेट्रोलियम से वैसलीन बन गई और पेट्रोल बन गया. क्रूड ऑयल होता है, क्रूड ऑयल से आपका पेट्रोल बन जाता है. And we also have Vaseline and diesel. That is joint products. What are byproducts? Byproducts are the wastage that comes from a product and that can be used. जैसे आपको शुगर केन से शुगर बनता है, शुगर से आपका वो बन जाता है, व्हाट डू आई से, जैगरी, राइट? गुड़ बन जाता है. दैट इज अ बाय प्रोडक्ट, राइट? लिबरलाइजेशन वी हैव डन. Liberalization क्या है? Logistics also we have done in chapter of facilitators. What is logistics? Transportation. Merger. One company bought by another is acquisition. One company joining hands and working together is merger. Okay. Mission we have done. Pestle analysis is also done, right? You remember political, environmental, social, technological, legal, environmental, right? Privatization is also done. Proprietary forms of business are also done. Sole proprietorship, partnership, HUF, right? Returns and risk. More the return, more the risk, more the return. Return is return on investment. Abhi kiya hai. Risk also we have just studied. The measurement of risk is done by beta, right? Sustainable development. Remember chapter number 1, we were talking about profits, people, and planet. Profits, people, and planet. Profits, people, and planet. That is sustainable development. The concept of sustainable development is सिर्फ प्रॉफिट नहीं कमाना है, धरती को भी देखना है, आसपास के लोगों को भी देखना है, सोसाइटी को भी देखना है. A business has to be aware about the profits, the profitability, the planet, and the people of the planet. That is sustainable development, right? Your term insurance. Term insurance is basically life insurance. Maybe have term insurance, right? If something happens with you, there is a term insurance that if something happens, we will, the LIC or the GIC or any insurance, Ditto insurance, Digit insurance, Bajaj insurance, Aditya Birla insurance, कोई ना कोई आपको पैसा दे देगा, right? Triple bottom line. Triple bottom line is basically profits, people, and planet को जो आपका sustainable development है. Sustainable development is based on the concept of triple bottom line. Triple bottom line. Bottom line क्या होता है? Net profits. Net profits को बोलते हैं bottom line. We just studied. There is a concept called triple bottom line, which talks about profits, people, and planet. These together are called triple bottom line. Profits, people, and planet, right? Turnaround. Turnaround means if your business is making losses and you solve that problem कि business के साथ बुरा क्या हो रहा है, what is going wrong with the business, and you turn around and start making profits, it's called a turnaround strategy. Vision is what you want to do is vision. How you want to do that is your mission. What you want to do is your vision. How you want to do that is your mission, right? Whole life insurance. Whole life insurance is a contract between insurer and policy owner, which will pay sum of money if something happens to your life. It will be paid to your heirs, to people that you nominate. That money will be paid to your heirs or the people you nominate. And for that, you pay a premium throughout your life. That is your life insurance. That is your whole life insurance, right? That is where we end chapter number 6, right? Very quickly, हमने कर लिया पूरा. And it's already 1:10. 10 minutes में, next 10 minutes में, very quickly, we will also do the exam, right? फटाफट से, I will open this PPT wherein I have questions. I will open up this PPT where I have questions and we will quickly do that. Give me 1 second. Here we go. right? You then ask any questions if you have. Otherwise, we will start with the PPT. अरे, ये कैसे रहेगा? Give me 1 second. Here we go. Right? Okay. 1 minute for you to relax, for me to relax as well. Can we start with the revision test as well? 10 minutes में 10 questions कर लेंगे, right? Next 10 minutes we will do 10 questions. I will upload this PPT right after the session for your practice as well, right? फटाफट से quiz होगा, क्यों अभी हो रहा है पुष्पा? The class has extended for 10 minutes. It's important. No worries. It's a Saturday. We can study today for next 10 minutes. I am starting with the revision. Get yourselves prepared. अगले 10 मिनट में we will do this exam pressure created. Quickly, I will not spend much time on one question. फटाफट से answer देंगे and we will complete this revision as well. Can I start the revision, boys and girls? Give me a yes and we will start with the revision quickly. Awesome. All clear, all clear. I will guide you about the strategy as well, Sujal. साथ साथ में question solve करते करते I'll also answer your questions. If you have any questions, drop your questions as well. साथ साथ में ही, and I will also guide you about examinations. साथ साथ में ही as we do the questions. The first question is coming on your screen. We will only wait for 30 seconds on any single question. Exam की तरह फटाफट से जाएंगे, right? Great. First question on the screen. Okay. Pitlar, आपका जो suffix for your Switzerland companies and other companies, you will have to go and Google that. Every country has different. I don't remember all the companies for countries. For any company that you want to see or country-wise, you can go and Google it. You will get the answer. While coming to Sujal's question, you also have to answer this, right? Every one of you answer this. I'll also keep solving queries. I also keep solving questions and doubts meanwhile, right? साथ साथ करते जाएंगे. साथ साथ में सब कुछ करते जाएंगे. Yes, Balasandra, you will have OMR sheets. OMR sheets you will do. If you have any questions, Pranjal, probably virtual classes at ici.in is the place you can ask your questions. Probably, I would also suggest from an examination plus from a professional point of view, go and start build your LinkedIn, right? It is going to help you massively, especially for chartered accountants. Go and build your LinkedIn, right? It's a weekend, you can build upon there, right? Okay. The answer is independent institutions. RBI and SEBI are independent institutions. Next question on the screen. Next question on the screen quickly. From an examination perspective, study material is your Bible. My PPTs are only for revision. The PPTs, the questions I uploaded are only for revision. More questions will be uploaded in the time being. More assignments will be uploaded. I will add more questions here. Keep visiting this place. You will find more questions coming in. एक जहाँ से आप download करते हैं. Plus, study material is the Bible. You have to be thorough with the study material, right? We will have to, Priyanka. Aaj ki class will go, I think it will go till 1:30. No worries, we can extend it. Coming to the answer, counter influence, right? Geo offered free services, still got away with CCI's hammer. It's called counter influence. The company is so big, they were able to counter influence the Competition Commission of India, right? It's counter influence, right? Third question on the screen, very quickly. Exam में इतना time नहीं मिलेगा. Manish, I'm pretty sure exam में you cannot use pencils. It's always a black ballpoint pen, is what I remember. Pencil use करोगे, किसी ने गुस्से में rub कर दिया, क्या करोगे? Also, do not take much stress for examinations. Study एकदम आराम से juice वूस पी के पढ़ो, right? Summers are coming up. It's going to be damn hot when you give examinations in May, June. Also, for people who were saying 12th exams are clashing, ICI has notified that the exam dates have been postponed because it was clashing with class 12. So, good news for all of you who were also giving class 12 examinations. The ICI has taken the call to postpone the dates, and the dates have been changed for foundation, is what I understand, because 12th के exams के साथ clash हो रहा है. So good news for all of you who were asking about 12th exams being clashing. Like there's a notification, go check. The correct answer is divestment. The correct answer is divestment, right? It's called divestment, not disinvestment, divestment. Dhire dhire, small parts, mate. Selling in small parts. Okay. Next question on the screen, number 4. Quickly, exam में इतना टाइम मिलेगा ही नहीं बॉस. एग्जाम में तो पसीना छूट जाएगा, टाइम इतना जल्दी दौड़ेगा. You will have no time to think in the examination. I can tell you from experience. हालत खराब हो जाएगी. But you have to be quick. And how do you become quick is by practicing. The more you practice, honestly, I'm telling you, I used to practice by writing everything. It depends how. Like, if you are a good reader, I'd like to write a lot. So I used to write a lot. And I used to practice a lot. And that helped me. That might be different for everyone. I can just tell you from my experience. Practice is like the Brahmastra for CA examinations. Brahmastra movie bhi aa raha hai. No one knows when it's coming though. Okay. Correct. The correct answer is RBI and SEBI. We will have to take approval from both RBI and SEBI. Awesome. Next question on the screen. RBI is a controller of credit can use which of these following types of powers? Qualitative, quantitative, both, or government decides for RBI कि RBI क्या करेगा? RBI is a controller of credit and use. The correct answer is both qualitative and quantitative. Awesome. A lot of you are giving right answers. I'm very, very happy that you guys are giving the right answer. Others, you got a buck up, right? Question on the screen. Presence of Pepsi, Samsung, Honda, Microsoft in India is a result of what? Privatization, liberalization, globalization, or foreign direct investment. Is it FDI? Is it liberalization, globalization, privatization? Presence of Pepsi, Samsung, Honda, Microsoft in India is a result of what? Is it liberalization, privatization, globalization, or foreign direct investment? 10 more seconds. ये तो छोटा सा क्वेश्चन है. फटाफट से, फटाफट से, फटाफट से. Very quickly answer. 10 more seconds, guys. फटाफट से answer this question. The correct answer is globalization, right? They are examples of FDI, but they're the result of globalization. Okay. They are examples of foreign direct investment, but they are a result of. The question is result of. They are a result of globalization, even though they are examples of globalization, but they're results of foreign direct. They're a result of globalization with examples of foreign direct investment. Right. Okay. फटाफट से give me this answer. When a policy is rational for economic development but not so for national integration, which of the following should a government opt for? When a policy is rational for economic development but not so for national integration, which of the following should a government opt for? Tough question. Tough question. That is what I said. The questions will be tough. Absolutely, Mansi. This PPT will be uploaded. Right after this session only, I will upload this PPT. After this question, two more questions we'll do, and then we'll wrap up. But quickly answer this question. Avni has given the answer. Let's see, Avni, if you're right or not. What about others? Okay, Mayur, Jyoti, Sarvesh, Ganesh, Nikhil, Delisha, Jyoti, Sujal, Dipinki, Shiba. Okay, the answers are coming. I'll wait for another 5 seconds. Let's see if the answers are right or not. It's a mixed form of economy. That is what India has done. That is what India has done, right? It's a mixed form of economy. Why? See, when a policy is rational for economic development, but not so for national integration, right? The best thing to do is a mixed. That is what India was going through. We wanted economic development, but we also wanted national integration, right? But it was not so important. More was economic development. So mixed form. थोड़ा सा पार्ट गवर्नमेंट के पास रहने दो, majority portion प्राइवेट को दे दो. थोड़ा सा पोर्शन गवर्नमेंट के पास रहने दो, majority portion private को दे दो. That is what mixed form of economy is, and that is what India did, right? That is what India had to do, right? Super simple question है. ये skip करते हैं, रुको, इसको skip करते हैं. Let's go to, okay, let's go to this question. I want you to solve this question. Will anyway get all the questions when I upload the PPT, but right now solve this question for me. इसके बाद one last question and then we'll wrap up. Read the question carefully. The answer is both A and B. Both A and B are true, right? Both A and B are true. That is the right answer, right? They cannot be affected in isolation. Liberalization is necessary for both privatization and globalization. But privatization, it should be lead to globalization. Both A and B are correct. These three, LPG cannot be done in isolation. They need not, they cannot be done in isolation, right? इनको एक साथ ही करना पड़ेगा. You have to do all three together, right? Where is my further? अरे ये क्या होगा? Give me 1 second. Where did the PPT go? Let me take you to another question. which is a tough one. Okay. Okay. Yes, this is the question I wanted to answer. This last question. Answer this last question. Isolation means separation. Yes. Isolation means separation. That is right. Tanmay, because all LPG, liberalization, because of liberalization, there will be privatization. Because of privatization, there will be globalization. Because of liberalization, there will be globalization. Because of globalization, there will be privatization. Right? So liberalization leads to privatization, globalization. Privatization leads to more globalization. Globalization leads to more privatization. So ये तीनों, it's like a circle. It cannot be taken in isolation or separation. Right? Answer this question very quickly, last one, and then we'll spend 2 minutes on any questions and doubts that you have. Moderate, 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 moderate. It decreasing, 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 moderate, moderate, high. The best position for an exchange rate is to be, the answer is moderate. The best position for an exchange rate is to be is moderate, right? Not increasing, not decreasing, not high. It should be moderate. It's the best position for an exchange rate to be, because it creates a healthy export import as well. Decreasing होगा तो export import पे फर्क पड़ेगा. Exporters will not want to export, right? Decrease हो रहा है क्यों, मेरे को कोई फायदा नहीं. If it's increasing, importers will not want to import, right? If it's moderate, both importers and exporters will benefit, right? Great. So with that, we complete our entire syllabus of BCK, right? It has been a wonderful 10 sessions, I think 10, 11 sessions with you guys. A big, big thank you to everyone who has been active on the chat, who has been watching these classes, has been asking questions. To each one of you, I wish all the best, right? Do well, concentrate on your studies, focus on your studies, and probably do not waste much time on Instagram and Facebook, right? It's the time you need to focus a lot more on what you want to achieve. And थोड़ा मस्ती भी करनी है. It's not that you study for 12, 14 hours. Study for 6, 7 hours. Go play for 2, 3 hours. Watch, like, or waste your time on internet for 2, 3 hours. That's also important, right? Last 2 minutes, boys and girls, any questions, any doubts, anything that you have in your head, right? Great. Strategy while attending questions is read the, I think, right, the best way to read a question is to first read the last part of the question. Question kya puchta hai, right? And then you go to the first part and understand acha, about what it is asking what, right? Like we had an example abhi, right? It is the result of, abhi, it is the result of, it's an example of foreign direct investment, but it is a result of globalization. So the question you can get confused here to FDI, but it's a result of globalization. It is FDI, but it is a result of globalization, right? So read the question, the last part very carefully always, right? Karma, I hail from Delhi, but I'm working in Bangalore as well. So if that answers your question. Thank you, Om. Thank you so much. Thank you guys for attending these classes, I would say. Like, thanks, Priyanka. Thanks, Darisha. Thanks, Dinesh. Barna, thank you so much. Hey, Bhumika, thank you. Ganesh, I also miss you guys a lot, right? A lot of conversations, 2 hours continuously. I used to speak with you guys. It's been great fun. It's been great fun. And I really wish you do not have to see these classes again. Okay. That is a sad part of this thing is that, but also a good part. I wish from the bottom of my heart that you do not have to watch these classes again. But if so, I'll be back to help you. I'll be back there to guide you as much as I can, right? Exam tip simple hai, Delisha. Do not get stressed. See, my experience has been, जितना stress लोगे उतना कम marks आए, right? The less the stress, the more the marks you will score. I'm telling you with experience. If you go into the exam hall, ekdam relaxed. Like, you don't be overconfident, but just think that at least I will get 80-90% paper to mujhe aata hai. I might not know 10-20%. It's fair. It's okay not knowing 10-20%. But I know 80% of the paper mujhe aata hai. I've prepared and I can solve that 80%. And out of that 80%, I can score, if let's say 80-85%, उस 80% को also I can score very practically. I will get 72%. I will get 70-72%, which is very fair in CA examinations, right? So think from that perspective. No, Priyanka, I wish I was from Haryana, right? I would have looked more manly and I wouldn't look so like a kid. Sure, Zamir, portfolio is different. All the types of businesses that you do is portfolio. आपके portfolio में 5-6 shares हैं, सबको उसको बोलते हैं portfolio है आपका. आपके पास 5-6 shares हैं, right? वारंटी एंड गारंटी निकल. व्हाट इज वारंटी, व्हाट इज गारंटी? मैं आपको वारंटी देता हूँ कि आपको कुछ भी होगा तो आई विल हेल्प यू. मैं आपको गारंटी देता हूँ कुछ नहीं होगा, राइट? दैट इज द डिफरेंस. I am giving you a warranty. If something happens, I will resolve it for you. That is a warranty, right? But मैं guarantee दे कुछ खराब होगा ही नहीं. I am giving you a guarantee कुछ खराब नहीं होगा. Nothing will happen to the car. I'm giving you a guarantee, but I'm giving you a warranty. If something happens, come to me, I'll resolve it, right? That is the difference, if you understand. Thank you so much. Then I'll send you my janam patri. You will see कहाँ पैदा हुआ मैं, कितने बजे पैदा हुआ. This jokes apart, like bro. But I can tell you, it's a wonderful course you guys have selected to do for yourselves, right? I think it's a superb course, highly rewarding course. Chartered accountancy, you have done the right thing for yourself. The only thing now you need to do is focus, right? This course requires a lot of patience and focus. This is the only dard of the course. It requires a lot of patience. It requires a lot of shanti chahiye is course ke, right? Sure. I hope we meet in the intermediate now. I'll be happy to like give sessions on strategic management to you guys, and I wish you all the very best. Right. Let us wrap up for today. It's already 1:30 on a Saturday, and I would just wish you all the very best of luck. Do well. Make yourselves proud. Your parents proud. Right. And have a great journey in this course. With that, thank you everyone for joining for all these sessions, for interacting, and hopefully I'll see you at the intermediate channel, right? Take care, guys. Thank you so much.